Coming to you live in beautiful 24 kilobit per second monophonic sound, this is Stucknut Radio, live at www.stucknut.net/radio.
I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. The money coming slow out of the sky like confetti. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I guess I gotta shoot, so I make sure I hold it steady. I'm ready.
Smackoff 28. Smackoff 28. Crazy. Oh, man, Kaleb. Boy, you earned that, bro. If you're out there at the Lorelei right now, what up, Kaleb? Champ. We got us a champ, the new champ. Can't take that away from you, my brother. Kaleb, that's yours, baby. That's yours. You grab that. I know you don't like – Caleb's the type of guy that does not like to give some props, or he's not the type of guy that like wants to, hear how badass he was. But you know what, bro? Today, you guys out there at the Lorelei, you guys give our boy some love, man. You were badass, bro. You got the title. It's yours, man. Done deal. Smackoff 28 post-smack react show right now on live. What's up, fellas, ladies? How y'all doing? I'm going to try to find the show real quick so I can follow with the chat. Here we are.
Yeah, good luck with that.
All right. No, all right, we're good. We're on. It looks like it's me. I got to turn you down. Oh, I got to take. All right. The first hour was ass. Hunter Horse. Hunter Horse is going to be working all like a day today, man. Dude, Hunter Horse, tonight he's going to be on Woodscope. He'd be like, snore. But hey, man, what's up? Bittersweet. I'm seeing you guys. How you doing, Liz? All right, Kaleb. Over there at the Lorelei, you guys, this dude don't drink. Get him a brat. Someone get Dave. Go get this dude a brat. Kaleb, you need to be stuffing your face right now, bro. You need to be stuffing your face. Lev. Wells in here. I'm gonna go to the top 10. Number 10, Benny and Wisco. Is Benny there? Cool, man. I hope Benny's there. Number 9, Mark in Hollywood. Number 8, James in Portland. Number 7, Left's been hanging out at number 7 lately. Huh? Let's put a little asterisk by that one. Leff, number 7. I don't know. This is the post-Smackoff show. I guess we can just talk freely. As a matter of fact, Stucknut was part of the Smackoff, Steve. This is insane that they've been talking about it, but whatever. My boy, Jeremy. Oh, dude, love it. Yeah, how the hell did they call me a doc? I agree, Jeremy. You can't call my ass doc. I just put a strip in there. Actually, I'm so happy to see you. I am so happy to see you, bro. How you been?
What's up, guys? Actually, I was in great shape. I was here like 1:20 Eastern, and the lady says, check-in's at 3:00. I'm like, can you check and see if the room's ready? It's not ready. Fucking room was ready. I just got it like 20 minutes ago, so... Whatever, it's all good.
All good.
Yeah, so we're good. Glad to be here. As you can see, I'm in a seedy little hotel in what's called the Thousand Islands. You guys can look it up. It's on the St. Lawrence Seaway. The St. Lawrence Seaway is what brings the ocean into the Great Lakes. Actually, it takes the Great Lakes out to the ocean, and that's where we're diving. Same place as last year. I'm staying in a little place called Gananoque. They don't have nice hotels here. They just don't. It's one of those little summer shanty places. So yeah, the lovely decor in the background. I should probably put a better background back here. But anyways, enough of that. Congratulations to Kaleb. I called it, brother.
No worries, man. That trifecta. I don't think any of the 28 guesses that we had last night had Aya Brady anywhere near. Now there was some Kaleb. I had Kaleb in my top 3. Big top 3. Let me finish off what I was doing here. We're at number 7. No, don't apologize, bro. I am so happy to see you. I was worried the whole day we weren't having you here. All right, so anyway, Leff and Laguna, number 7. Rick and Buffalo, yelling at us, number 6. Number 5, Sean. Man, what are you gonna do with Sean, man? Shit, 5-time champ. Like 4 and 5 together have what? 11 championships, and they're sitting 5 Sean, 4 BIC, 3 Victor Broadway, 2 I Afraidy. Other than Kaleb, and even like when Kaleb was talking to Rome, Caleb was like, dude, I got silver. I got the silver. The only difference, the only reason that I figured, I thought, like the champ did, that I Afraidy came in and might have taken it, because this was the only call, in my opinion, this is the only call that came without a script. I think the dude sat there, called the show and just started talking, Hedstrom. You know what I mean? He was shooting from the hip. I liked I Afraidy's call, but it's not my opinion. It's Jim's opinion, and of course he got it right this time. He got it right in my opinion, because Kaleb is the champ, and he's chilling at the Lorelei, and I am dying to hear from the Lorelei.
Yeah, absolutely. Now go back a little bit, because you have to fill me in, because I was just catching the top 10. I was trying to get the top 10. Where did I Afraidy slot? Because I thought he stole it.
2. He came in second.
He came in 2. He did. So he did. So he gave him enough props. Because it was a good call. I mean, that was a solid call. That was old school, brother. That was definitely old school.
It was.
I'm a little loud in here. Sorry. Yeah, it was old school.
No podium with. Oh, see, we got all kinds of stuff going on, Chad. Hey, Chad, I'm watching you, man.
It's going to be great. So let's tell the people how they're going to contact us. Steve, go ahead and chime in, and let's let the people know how we're going to do this.
I'm going to, but after this first call, this one's pretty important.
Okay, let's hear it. Bring it on. Who we got?
We're going to Green Bay, the champ.
Yes. Champ, you there? What's going on, champ?
Hey, I want to get this out of the way before we do anything, okay? So last year when I called your show, there was a little bit of tension, and you created it, George, so I just want to get it out of the way right now. Okay, ready? You listening?
Yeah.
Fuck.
All right.
Okay? So that's the only one I'm going to do.
Okay, that's enough for me. Champ.
Okay.
Man.
Because last time you're like, hey, we gotta trick Kaleb into saying it. Well, this time I'm taking the lead.
Hey, bro, that was the chat. That wasn't me. I was just following the chat thing. But hey,
yeah,
all right, cool.
Yeah.
Chat.
Whatever.
Man, fucking A, champ. Fucking A. You did it, champ. Fucking A, man.
Thank you.
Talk to me.
Oh my God.
Talk to me. All right. I need to know a lot. I need to know a lot about what's going on. Give me your thoughts right now.
I can't crystallize my thoughts. That's the problem. I can't crystallize what I'm feeling, because I just didn't think it was ever going to happen. Like I said to Rome on the air, like I can't, like it's like, I'm sure like Oscar winners come up with an acceptance speech before they get up there, right? But I didn't, because I just didn't think I was going to do it, you know? So now that I have, it's hard for me to figure out what to say.
So Kaleb, all right. So, you know, we hear it. We've heard it from Brad and Leff and, you know, all these guys. You know, we've talked to all these guys. But I want to hear it from the first. I want to hear from you, man, because you're homegrown, bro. You're homegrown, man. Yeah. You know, you put the time. You put the effort. You come up a little short. But how is it like when you see the number call you back? I mean, talk to me about that.
Yeah.
How you felt exactly at that one time.
Yeah, so how it happened was Alvin DM'd me to call, and then I get a notification on my phone that I was getting a phone call, and it said Jim Rome, and I knew it wasn't Rome, it was, you know, Tom, but I was just like, no freaking way, man. Like, this is surreal. Like, I'm getting a phone call from someone that I never thought would ever call me.
Right. That's what I want to hear about, man. So what did they tell you, dude? What's up? Talk to me about it.
Well, no. So they just said to call the show, and then I called, and they said, hey. Then they put me on speaker, and then they said it into the whole XR4TI control room. Said, hey, Kaleb, you won, and then everybody's clapping, and I'm just like, I'm shouting. I let out all this emotion. I started to tear up a little bit. My dad came out to check on me because he didn't know what I was doing. I ran out of the Lorelei because they said call, and so I ran outside, and you know, the old man comes to see what's going on, and I won. So, you know, I just gave him a big hug, and that was pretty much it.
So the emotions are that's so crazy. The emotions you put in, you've done your work, man, and you know, for your old man to be there and everything. But the part that got me right now is that a tear came to your eyes. This is that special, bro. Right? This is that special.
Well, it was that special. Part of the reason a tear came in my eye was because my dad came outside, and the reason is because he's I'm a second generation listener. He listened to the show back in '96
Awesome.
when it first came on, and he was I was 10 years old, and my dad worked swing shift, so he was home like on random weekdays because he'd work 2 days on, 2 days off, 3 days on, 2 days off, for most of my childhood. So he'd be home on like a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, or like whatever random weekday, and we'd be working outside, and we'd be playing catch, or he'd be grilling, or like whatever we'd be doing, fixing the car, just anything. I'd be out there with him, and he'd be listening to Rome, and I wouldn't understand what was happening. My dad was laughing his ass off. So that was kind of how that started, and I didn't really I didn't understand most of what was going on. And then the '97 tour stop before the Packers won the Super Bowl in '97. My dad couldn't go, and like the number of people who say they were there could fill that bar like 4 times over. So anytime anybody says I was there, okay, sure, whatever. But my dad was not there, and he's like, I couldn't go because my boss offered me overtime, and we had just had my youngest sister, so we got 4 kids, and I can't turn down $600. And so my dad didn't go, and that was kind of like I always remembered that,
Wow.
And he tells that story, so it's like. That picture of Rome with the cheese head and the bottle of ranch dressing and the key to the city, that's it's an important picture to me personally, just because of that connection with my dad. And then when I eventually, got out of college and got my first full-time job, and I had, I was working afternoons and evenings, so I had time to listen to the show, and I was like, oh, I'll listen to Rome. And, first episode that I ever listened to, I was hooked, so that moment with my dad, just now outside the Lorelei, that's kind of why I was crying a little bit, was just because of that whole connection to like the whole program back all the way to the early mid '90s. So,
All right, champ. Okay, so you get on, you make your call, you make the whole crew laugh. Obviously, I don't think you're watching it like we were, but you had them cracking up. That stuff about Romanowski and. Dude,
yeah.
So, all right, you're done. You made the call. You got through it. No bullshit phone lines. None of that crazy shit. Now you're like, all right, how did you feel when you hung up the phone? What were your thoughts exactly? What were you thinking at that point in time?
So what was going on? So I do my call at my local affiliate. They let me come into their studio. They're very gracious to me, and they let me come in and kind of have my way with the place. And I got one of the program directors engineered the call for me, and he had the soundboard. And so he pulls down a lever, and I can't hear Rome. So after I say, hey, Rome, what's up? And he pulls that thing down. So I can't hear a thing. So I don't know if it's connecting. I don't know if people are laughing. If Rome chuckled, I wouldn't have any idea. I wouldn't even know if I got run. So that's kind of the scary thing. I'm just talking into the abyss. I got just a vacuum. And I have no idea if anything's hitting or anything. So that's kind of the scary part of it. But before I go any further, I want to say that I have to give probably 75%, not of the money, but of the credit to my call to Bacon, because he was the one who, not so much, you're not getting a dime. No, I'll tip you off a little something, man. But for doing what he did for my call, I think is probably the reason I won today, was because of Bacon. So I wanted to thank him for putting together the deck of moo. I mean, I gave him the idea, of course, but he grabbed it and he ran with it, and I'm grateful for what he did. So thank you.
My pleasure, dude. And to everybody, like he did offer to pay me, but no.
I did. I was like, hey, can I get your Venmo? He's like, negative. I'm like, oh man, now I feel like an asshole.
No.
Well, especially because I won. No. If I didn't win, you weren't going to get crap. But if I do win, I was like, I probably should chip him off a little bit.
Nah, dude, life is good. Life is good. You enjoy it. I'm glad to think what you need to do. This is what you need to do, and I know you will do it because I know you're the type of person. Pay it forward.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I do my best to do that stuff all the time. Pay it forward to you. Got it. Terrific. Hilarious.
Kaleb, the chat right now is just all about you, bro. Everybody, congratulations, King of Smack.
I just wanted to chime in real quick with the thing, though, Pool Dog. So when you gave me that idea, Kaleb, I'm like, I know he can pull this off because I'm listening to your profile. He played the audio from last year's profile when we did the hockey thing, and it's like I thought that would have won if it, obviously for obvious reasons, the audio, enough of that.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Moving forward, you came up with this idea.
Or something. Yeah.
And then you came up with this idea, and I'm like, okay. And I was just like, you know what? Last night, I'm like, fuck it. I'm picking Kaleb, and I don't give a shit. So
if I
way to
can
go,
stop
brother.
you for 2 seconds there, I came up with this idea about 6 or 7 years ago, and
nice.
I never found the right time to do it. And like, I've only told like my closest inner circle, and
Sure.
they're like, hey, when are you going to do that? And I was like, it's not the right time, not the right year, not the right time. And this was long before Jim bought property in Wisconsin. And when he did that, and last year, it was, I wanted to do it, but then it was Trapper passed away. And so I figured I should lean into that, so that my call last year was in honor of him, in honor of Terrence and Jim and Fall River, who are the best to never win, before me. And then I was fourth on that list, I swear. Every time anybody brought me up in the same breath as Terrence, I'm like, dude, Terrence used to call every Friday. I think my number one year I called maybe 8 times. So it's like I'm not as prolific as Terrence. So any comparison between the two of us. But anyway, and so I was like, maybe this is the year. And I thought, let's just screw it. He's got the property here. He lives here, whatever, 4 weeks out of the year, whatever it is. And let's just do it and see what happens. So yeah.
Cool. Now, I gotta ask though, were you had to have been pretty sick and tired of the whole, best to never won it and all that. It's like that's gotta suck, man. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride kind of thing,
No, I mean, in a way, sure. Like any competitor wants to win the competition. Like otherwise, why would you play? But then the other part of it was, and I've said this, I don't remember if I said this on your show in the past, but I've said this to other people, like when I got third, my very first Smackoff, I got third place. And then I didn't get past fifth. I think I got maybe sixth once the next like 3 or 4 years. And I was like, is it ever going to happen again? And I felt like maybe it was a fluke. And then I get third in, I think it was Smackoff 25 when I did my Kaleb and Green Bay song, available on iTunes and Spotify. And I was like, maybe it's not a fluke when I got third. Maybe I'm actually, I can belong. And then getting fifth last year kind of cemented that I'm top 5, and that's cool enough. But it wasn't, I lost my train of thought there, but when you get to, rock me, I'm out. I don't remember where I was going with that.
Don't go pull dog
I don't remember
on
where I was
us.
going with that. Yeah.
No, it's cool.
No,
it's cool.
I'm not peeing myself like he does. So.
So
Hey, you're the champ, bro.
What's up for the rest of the day? I mean, you're going to hang out at the Lorelei. What else you got planned? What do you got planned for the weekend?
Yeah, local radio wants me, so I'll probably do that. And
Nice.
I got to work tomorrow, so I got to go into work. But no, and just hanging out and just enjoying it, man. And I'll never this will never sink in. People say, what has it sunk in yet? When Jim ever interviews an athlete or something, and it's like, this is never going to sink in. I'm always going to shake my head and laugh when someone says Kaleb in Green Bay Smackoff champion. I was like, wait, no, wait, what? No,
it's you, bro.
I know,
you,
and that's
bro.
the
Hey.
thing. And I feel like an ass if I don't. It's hard for me to take compliments. I think we talked about this last year.
Yeah,
And,
we know this. We
yeah.
know this about you, but this is yours.
So,
You have to accept
I
it.
know,
Hey, Kaleb,
and that's the other part too. Now I have to go in the jungle and be like, yeah, I'm Kaleb in Green Bay. I belong here. It's like, I don't know.
you're damn right. No, you got to.
I feel like me. It's tied in the power rankings, like me and Silk for the worst callers to ever win. So that's how I feel like sometimes. And I love Silk. If Silk hears this, he knows I love him.
Hey, Kaleb, I need you to do me a favor, bro.
I'm not going to swear.
Chip. No. You already knocked that out. Man, I think. Hey, I've always dug you, man. You know that. I was just messing around with the chat.
You're one of my biggest fans. You're one of my biggest fans, Bulldog, and I don't know why. So up until today, I mean, maybe today now you're a little justified now, but before then I'm like, this guy likes me. Like what? Yeah.
I need you to do me a favor, bro. I need you to chip off $100 bill. Go give it to Jared in Wisconsin and tell him that's going to take care of our boy horse. I need you to chip off. Now, if you need me to bend you that $100 or whatever, I just need this horse thing to be over with so y'all can have fun over there. But I need you to chip off.
I don't know what you're talking about. Do you and Hunt Horse have a beef or something or what?
There's a $100 debt that's allegedly owed right now that they need paid off. So there's a $100. Just chip off $100, bro. Do me a favor. Just
I don't have that. I don't have it in my pocket. They didn't mail me the money already.
This isn't the milk crate challenge, is it? Is it?
Yeah, it's just the milk crate. It's still there.
Okay.
It's still,
well, I'll explain it. I'll explain it to you later, Caleb. It's all good.
Hey,
okay.
Caleb, man.
Yeah, great.
So now that you're the champ, bro, all right, and they can't take this away from you. I think that you're gonna have to start looking at yourself in the jungle in a whole new perspective, and I know it's gonna be hard for you, bro.
Yeah.
But you're the champ, bro. From now on, Caleb, you're champ, bro. Champ Caleb. So you're gonna have to do it, dude. You have to
make up some shirts.
That's going to be the biggest challenge. I think it's going to be way harder than actually winning a Smackoff. Is to view myself as worthy of this, these accolades and this incredible honor. So I mean, I've got the same number of titles as like some of the greatest to ever do it, and some guys that I looked up to, and I got more titles than Mike and Indy, and Mike's going to hear that and probably take a shot.
You got twice as many.
Oh, yeah. Mikey, I love you, bro.
God. And there's classic Stucknut right there. He just drops a bomb on everybody. I don't know.
He can't hear us because he's hosting his own spaces right now.
That's true. And so you got that map of all the. You got that map of all the winners. You got that 0.5 in Indiana that makes me laugh every time I see it.
Yeah, I guess I have to put one in Wisconsin now. Damn it! Hey, and I'll give you. I'll put your gold medal on the Smackoff page, probably tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
Whenever the server wakes up.
Yeah. I guess I broke his entire rig.
Yeah, I mean, it happened before he came on, but that's cool.
Okay.
Hey, Caleb, man, it's we have the champ on with us with Post Smackoff Show 28. Caleb, the champ. What I'm intrigued about is you personally, you as a person, because now you're gonna have to change. You're gonna have to do something that you hate doing. This is a win, and forget. I'm trying to explain it, and I know you understand because I feel the same way too. But with how you feel, we both feel the same way. But you're gonna have to change a lot about how you feel and the way you are in the jungle now, bro. I mean, this is gonna be something that you're gonna have to work. I mean, believe it or not, I think that this is something that you're gonna have to work on. But it's only for the better, Caleb. It's only for the better, dude. You set a goal, you achieved the goal, and I for one am extremely happy for you. Happy.
Thank you, man. I set the goal of making people laugh, and when I did that, anything else is gravy, honestly. So I'm not. I'm just like you said. I gotta change my perception of myself because it's not very rosy usually. So I do know that eventually that's going to have to happen. But for now, I'm still just going to be regular old Caleb. Maybe that'll happen down the road here, but.
Yeah, and it's not something that's going to happen overnight or anything like that.
No.
I'm just saying that you did it, dude. Okay, you did it, and you are the champ now.
I did it. I did it.
You are the champ.
I'm king of Smack for a whole year. I can't even believe it.
And you're the king.
I beat. Yeah.
You beat everybody. You don't have to single out anybody. You beat them all, dude.
That's true.
I'm gonna cuss for you. Caleb,
all right,
you're the fucking king of Smack.
Once and I'm gonna bounce. Oh, I am the king of Smack, yes. No. You do it, and I'll repeat it.
Okay, Caleb, you are the fucking champ. Caleb, you are the fucking champ.
Pool duck. Yeah. I am the champ. See, I'm not. We're not. I did it once. All right, I got about.
Let's run them.
Go ahead and run me. I'll see you guys.
Hey, give the Lorelei some love for us, brother. Thank you. Love that.
I don't like that comment.
Love that. Oh, sorry, chat. I hope y'all are giving Caleb
I think we should just. I'm going to join this Spaces here, and I think we should just go on it live and then see if Mike will let me on, and then I can. I can talk on the Spaces.
All right, so going back to what you were talking about, how to get on, I would like everybody to DM or tweet at Headstrom Bacon, and then he will put together a list, order of importance.
And we will,
you'll know how important
we will set up the calls. Not that everybody isn't important, but same as what happened with the callers during the last couple of days into the jungle. If a Smackoff participant calls in, sorry, we're gonna jump over you. So at Headstrom Bacon, DM me your digits. That means your phone number. Okay, we do not share this information. Disclaimer: those DMs get deleted right away because I don't want a pile of DMs in here. I do not keep any numbers, and I forward that to Steve. Steve keeps the numbers. No, Steve will not keep the numbers either. Steve will call you, and then we will get you on. Okay, that's how we're gonna do it. That's basically it, right, Bulldog? So
all right, clones. Listen to me, clones. Listen to me, man. This is your opportunity. This is the place to do it.
Yes.
We created this show for this one reason. Why is my TV doing that? We created this show for one reason, to get reaction from people that don't really call a lot. All right. So now you're here. Get with DM Headstrom Bacon. Tell them you want in. I want to talk to you. I want to hear what you think about it. I want to hear what your take is. I want to hear from everybody. Whoever was calling in, but clones, we need new blood, man. This is a good place to hang out. This is a good place to try it out. There's some people listening, but not like the show. I know it's a trip. Go ahead. That's what you got.
And the other thing is that it's classic and it's great that we were able to get the champ in first. People, you are not going to get a half an hour phone call in. We're talking like 3 to 5 minutes maximum. Yeah. Say what you got to say and get out, because we want to get as many calls as we can. We want to try and beat our record. We won't say what it is if people know what the record is. We want to get as many calls as we can in this 3 hours, of which we have 2.5 left. So get in, get what you have to say, and boom, get out. Even the Smackoff participants, we're gonna give you 5 minutes, and then we're gonna move on, because we have a ton of people that are gonna want to call in. So
let's hear it. Let's hear it. David Delora has his apple pie pouring for. All right, Chad, I'm back. I got your chat back. Hey, El Dudurioni, man, what's up? I don't know who you are. C Tech Crazy.
We got another phone call, by the way.
All right, who we going to, Steve? What we got?
I think it's Ray and that whole group of weirdos.
All right,
SoCal.
cool. Let's hear him.
All right, hey, Stucknut.
Go ahead.
Hey, Stucknut. You talking to Ray and that thing?
Yeah.
We got Fabian, we got Josh, we got Manuel, we got Manny, we got Devil Dog, we got Brad with Polly,
we got Brad,
Ryan at Sactown.
We got some bitches now and shit.
We got Brad.
How's it going, Ray? Y'all having a good time? What's up on the show?
Ryan called it, man. I'm not team Kaleb, but I thought Vic would get it.
You thought Vic had it. All right. You thought Vic had it. Really? All right.
He was going from that lane. Fucking Trump. Yeah, we're out here barbecuing.
Hey, let me ask you a question real quick.
I appreciate you guys calling.
Ray, is Fabian is Fabian putting his hand over his mouth when he talks to you?
Yes, he does that. He's busting knuckles and shit like that. He's drinking everybody else's beer.
Right.
He's drinking everybody else's beer. Like, if you're halfway done with it, maybe he'll finish it off.
Hey, he's going to be there all night, too.
Hey, he's going to be here. Hey, Matt's afraid he's going to be here for the next week.
Man, we had our SoCal.
I already fucking set up shop, my nigga.
Fabian, you showed up to our clone stock at 2 p.m. and it wasn't until 7.
Hey, I'll call you for my fucking Obama phone. Back off, son.
Hey, Fabian's got some beer in the bushes, man. We told him to put it in the ice chest. He's got it in the bushes.
Hey, man, let me hear a shout out from the guys out there, man. Let's hear it. Let's hear what y'all got, man. Everybody yell at me something. Do it. Let's hear it. Ray?
Hey, everybody say something to the Stucknut crew. What up, yo?
What up, boys?
Hey, that was
horrible.
Yeah, that sounds like an awesome party.
Ray, that was horrible.
Yeah, I just got one thing. Yo, dude. Fucking Fabian, dog. This motherfucker shows up in a fig leaf with Jim Rome's face on it. Like, what the fuck?
What up, fellas?
Hey, how y'all doing? Good to hear y'all, man. Sound like you're having a good time out there.
What's happening? Hey, Paul, that's Manny. Yeah, it's Manny from Oxnard.
What's up, Manny?
In the house.
All right,
Having a good time
Manny.
over here. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Here's Paulie. Hey, what's up, y'all? 2022 Smackdown. Man, you said Smackdown.
Hey, apparently this motherfucker doesn't know numbers, okay? And I don't know numbers either, but hey, fucking no 248 in the house. Hey, check in with a lot of clones, eh? A lot of clones, eh? Talk to you later. Here, hey, check this one out. Hold on.
I think next time Fabian's on the phone, we need to go ahead and run him.
Hey, here's Manuel and Gardena. It's not Matt in L.A.
Matt in L.A.
It's your boy Matt in L.A.
That's
and
not why you called.
Caleb too, dog. I called Caleb. Caleb came through. That was a hell of a call. Mostly because I hate Vic and NoCal. But Caleb, congratulations, my man. Enjoy your day. You are now wearing the crown. Outro.
Beautiful.
There you
Hey
go.
guys,
Nice.
Hey guys, I think it's really important too to let you know this is a charity event. We have a Irate Craig beer can dumpster, a Irate
This is
Craig
Ryan right here.
bottle dumpster. Yeah, it's right. And we also have disposables. So we're going to recycle those and find them somewhere on the street and help them out.
Hey, Ryan, did you try the ceviche? Bro?
Fuck no. It was out in the sun for like 2 hours. Are you kidding me?
That's awesome. Fuck
Touching
no.
that shit.
All right, hey, sounds like you guys are having a great time. Thank you for chiming in on the show. Love to have you guys here, and I'm glad y'all called. I love the after the watch parties, man.
I want to know if everybody's wearing masks and Ray wiped down the phone in between each person.
Yeah, God almighty.
No.
Hey,
There's enough alcohol to burn everything off that phone.
Yeah, that's true. Never mind. There's probably enough booze there. So, all right, wrap it up, guys.
Yeah, Doc.
hey, Ryan.
Yeah, Doc. No, definitely not wiping stuff off. But you know what's a little bit funny? This is my first experience with Fabian. This dude is just off the charts. This is crazy.
Been there, done that, bro, and I agree 100%. Hey, Ryan, you hold that port down for us, all right? You hold that port.
You got it,
Keep
guys.
everybody
Have a great show. Thank you so much.
Ryan, keep everybody safe. Make sure everybody gets home safely, brother. Later. Be cool. Late. Beautiful. I love the watch parties. I love that. I want to hear from the Lorelei, man. Who's gonna call? Where's Tyler? Where's Tyler? Where's Jared? One of those guys. Man, I hope y'all are taking care of the champ down there. What's up?
I've got three callers in line as it is right now. We've got Dr. Dave is in the queue. We've got Haunted Horse in the queue, and then Liz is after Haunted Horse. So we got Dr. Dave, Haunted Horse, and then Liz in that order, unless we get a Smackoff participant. So keep them coming, guys.
Yeah, let's talk to Dave. If he's ready, let's go. I'm ready for Dave, man. He called me out. He said he's the only doctor.
Dave, yeah, I don't have the because I'm mobile. I don't have my all of my sound bites, which is actually probably a good thing because I sort of overdid it last night, didn't I? It is what it is, right? But
we never look back, Edstrom. We always look forward, bro.
Always look forward. See, I gotta use my own advice here. So I was looking in the chat, and people were saying, I don't know if you had mentioned it or not, as I was kind of setting things up here. Where was Gino? Unfortunately, Gino didn't show up. And Rome stated his disappointment. Unfortunately, poor Mark in Boston. I tell you that was too bad. I was really looking forward to the Mark in Boston call. Steve, ready to go to Chicago?
Yes.
Dr. Dave in Chicago.
What's up, Dr. Dave?
Guys?
Hey, man, I saw that blast.
Here's to the person who has the best. Yeah, the original Doc of the jungle. Yeah, that's gonna be right. I mean, I guess I'm maybe okay. Second Doc. Okay, we'll give Doc Mike. I mean, yeah, I guess a dentist. Maybe
no, pull Doc's first.
Real doctor, but what?
Dentists aren't real doctors, so.
That's awesome.
There's an inside joke in there somewhere.
Dave, what'd you think about Smackoff, brother?
There are more doctors than pyros are.
There you go.
Dave, what'd you think about the Smackoff, bro? What'd you think, man?
The first hour fucking was terrible. I mean, I think I snoozed like better than that in that first hour than I do normally at night. You know what? I mean, I love how Gino and Jeff and Mike pussy out again. I'm sure that Gino's gonna say, "Oh, I was fucking on hold for three hours." Yeah, bullshit. I mean, I don't know. Do you ever see Gino around town, or is he in Austin now? Pula?
He's in Austin. Yeah, I don't see a lot of him. I used to, but not anymore. I don't know what he has some studio or something. Hey,
I'll be down there in August to play some golf. I don't know. We'll see what we do down there, but I'll be in both. I mean, my wife has a conference in Austin. I'll probably be going down to SA to go golf. But
all right,
you know, the Smackoff was the last 2 hours were great. I mean, like I tried, like, you know, to get excited. It's hard for me to get excited to anything that Vic does. I will say he might have had the best joke of the entire day with his Microsoft joke on Brad. But you know what? It would be better than if he followed up with saying, "But I could say this. This is what I would say," and I put it on Twitter. But I got a hard drive because I'm Hungarian. Because I actually am Hungarian. But that would be the way I would say it. But and then one thing I tried to propose that you might hear this week on the pod voicemail. This is the way my mind thinks sometimes. With all the dong talk yesterday, I don't know. I thought it would be better than if Albie could maybe just start saying that they're going to go try to get Steve Elkington on the phone and go on an elk hunt. I'll leave it at that.
Thank you.
Dr. Dave. That was awesome, Dr. Dave. I don't think I've ever talked to that dude before.
No. You don't like that.
Dr. Dave in the house.
You know, he brought up Dong Day yesterday, but today Dick's Sporting Good is trending. I thought it'd have been better if they would have done that yesterday. All right, never mind.
Is that what you guys?
Yeah, that was it. That's all I have.
Clones, I want to talk to you.
He's got the next one. He's setting up the next one. So I think we're going to Haunted Horse next. We'll see if he's setting it up. Steve, give me a nod.
Clones that we haven't heard from,
yeah.
Man.
So you want one little stats there?
Yeah. I need stats.
Okay. Now, according to I still have to go back and I got to check the Drizzle call and I believe the Vic call because there were 18 calls total. Correct?
I didn't get that count.
I had 18 because in between Vic and Drizzle, that's where I wasn't able to listen. I heard Vic, but I wasn't able to time it or anything. But the longest call that I had noted, unless Vic or Drizzle was longer, which I don't think they were, was I Afraidy at 5 minutes and 25 seconds.
I think Paul's dog was longer than that, barely. And there was 18 calls.
There were 18 calls.
And I do have Haunted Horse.
I might have it on the back here. Paul's dog, you correct. Steve, nicely done. 5 minutes and 34 seconds. It was 9 seconds longer than I Afraidy. This is the kind of content that you people really do not want.
Dude, that dog.
Speaking of content that nobody wants, here's Haunted Horse.
Hey, Horse, what's up? How you doing?
Hey guys, what's up? I got a couple talking points here, and then I'll get out and let someone else go.
Also, you got to tell us about how it went this morning, but go ahead.
Oh, this morning. So, yeah, we had, real quick on that, we had the pre-Smackoff show. We are definitely doing it next year. It was better than I thought it would be. Wells and we started off with Twitter Live, and I did that for Die Hard Jungle Edition, where I take Die Hard and I put all the album drops into it, and we play that Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve, we had a chat. On this one, looks like Twitter changed it. They took the chat away. So we were scrambling. I moved it to YouTube. I left it in both places at the same time. And then the clones started filtering into the chat, and then it really got rolling. That last hour, we had chat, interaction. Garrett Reed even stopped by. I checked afterwards to make sure it was actually him and not someone goofing to be him. It was Garrett Reed. About 3 minutes before we ended the feed, he said, good shit, guys. Let's go. And then one of his taglines that he uses with exclamation marks. So that was really cool. And it was fun.
That's great, man. I'm happy for you, dude. Get that bitch running, man. Let's get that bitch running.
Absolutely. We'll do it next year. Yeah. It might be from a Portland watch party. We'll stream it from there. Beautiful. So my hot topics here. First of all, James in Portland. James! Happy to see someone from Portland rep. I believe he hit the 8th spot. And we're all excited in the PDX. All the clones here, we're sharing that on Twitter and tagging each other. And then Peter Sampson from the Portland affiliate gave him a shout out. Good job. So, you know, he represented well for his first call. So I'm actually excited to hear him next year. I think he's earned a spot to come back since he hit the board. Top three, I think they got it perfect. Vic, I thought, was the leader going into that last hour. And then when I heard Kaleb's call, I said, he's got it unless someone beats him. And I heard Frady, and I said, not enough. So it's exactly the top three is exactly kind of the way I thought it would be. And then I'm glad to see Paul's dog. That was a boring call. That was really long, really boring. And I'm glad that Jim didn't give him a pat on the back and get him in the top. He didn't top 10, did he?
No.
He's out of the top 10, right?
No.
Yeah,
Benny
good.
And Jim,
yeah, good. All right, well, I'm done. I'm out. Windscope's tonight, 8 o'clock Pacific, and we'll pick up where you guys leave off.
I have a question. Who was your favorite guest this morning?
Oh, on the pre-show? Oh, this dude, he had some breaking news that some top heavy hitter wasn't going to come in. He didn't give us a name. I don't know. I think his name is Stan. Stan from Texas or something.
Thank you.
So he was my favorite.
Man, y'all did him dirty. Why are you doing Horse dirty like that? All right.
I did join their
he's
show.
in charge.
It was very entertaining. I listened and
you were hoping he would say you, right?
Yeah, it's too bad I missed it. I was on the road. I couldn't do that. So we're gonna go to Liz next, and then we've got Frank in Boise, aka Mock Moda, after Liz. So hang in there, guys.
All right, my clones, I want to hear it. I want to hear from you, man.
Good on Horse though. Horse came in last night with 12 Wood and did our pre-Smackoff show, which originally we started doing that pre-Smackoff show to basically make sure that we had all our sound levels and everything right, but it turned into its own little thing, which is cool. Again, that's our thing. In and out in 90 minutes. You guys can use that as a sound drop if you want. Yeah. And then it became a thing, you know. We had I think it just turns into that nice round table. Ryan was in as well. He had to bail a little bit early, but no, it was cool to get those guys in, hang out. And then it's all part of the group of things that go on, you know. We had the Periscope family. We're trying to push this Twitch thing. I know it's difficult for people, but Twitch is the best medium out there for us to do this sort of thing. Now, for Haunted Horses shows where he's playing copyrighted music, he's on Mixcloud. Check out Mixcloud. It's a great app. Check out his shows. Go to HollywoodRejects.com. He's got his full list up there. He has the list for his shows. He's got the list for the Trainwreck shows and the Woodscope stuff as well. So he's doing a lot of stuff, Horses. So we ready to go to Liz, Steve?
Liz, fellow Texan, what's going on, girl? How you been?
Great. It's hot.
Yeah. That's one way to put it. Hey, welcome back, man. Hey, real quick, Liz. I was real proud when Rome gave you a shout out, man. I was proud. I felt proud. You know, I mean, because it's good to have you back. We missed you. All right. Tell me about your thoughts for today, Liz. What you got?
It's good to be back. Well, first of all, it's nice to see that Mike and Indy has transitioned seamlessly from being a caller to hosting a space after the Smackoff. He's the Tony Romo of the jungle, you know.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not going to call anymore. I'm just gonna talk about it.
Don't let me slow you down, Liz. Just run it.
I don't know if you heard me, Liz. I actually suggested that I should probably go into the spaces. We can go on Spaces Live, and I'll see if Mike will let me on.
Yes,
you know, and I can talk on there while we're on here.
That would be hilarious. Yeah,
we'll do that for some filler content.
Cool. I want to ask you guys because I think there's something going on now with the Smackoff over the last. Well, I've been listening since the '90s, so you guys know.
Right. Yeah.
There's something about the change in the callers because now there's with social media, all the guys know each other and there's like a camaraderie and a friendship among all the Smackoff callers. And to me, like Drizzle doesn't know anybody, so he's just out there throwing haymakers and he doesn't care who. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like Vic, I love Vic today because I thought Vic was just like I thought he was going to get run a couple of times. I was like, whoa, like that's like, God, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about that. If the Smackoff has changed when nobody knew anybody personally at all, and they just all hated each other, and now everybody knows each other. I don't know. I just think it's kind of something different.
That is a great point. And another thing, the camaraderie that they all know each other and stuff is something unique to what we've been doing now. But you know what, Liz? You know what I think is different nowadays? And there was two people that I think, I'm gonna say it, Liz, because this is my show. I can say what I want. Everybody's reading, Liz.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's reading. You know,
yes.
You can tell. You can tell.
Changed.
The only two that
you can tell.
I don't think Drizzle and I don't think Iafrady had shit written down. They might have had a couple of bullet points, but everybody's reading now, Liz. And you know, we got to get away from that. You know it.
Yes.
Those of us who've been around since the mid-'90s and stuff, it's different because everybody's scripted. I can look at every single one of them. They're scripted. That's all I was hearing was reading. Liz, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just here to give my take. And now I got old school with me, so I want to hear what you think about that. What do you think about that?
Oh, for sure. I agree. I remember when the Mike Dottola and Jeff Dottola used to call all these guys, Kerwin in Riverside, these guys would just call, and it was just a fireball of takes and no in between. You could tell they weren't reading. And so, yeah, I definitely think that's a big part of it, too. But I guess it's just the way it is now.
Hey, dude, it's so good to have you.
And Terrence, too.
Sure.
I don't think Terrence ever wrote anything down. Ever.
No, he coming off the cuff every Friday too. You know, but Drizzle, you could tell. Drizzle, you could tell he was just, and I'm afraid he could tell. But you know, I think it's just our take. You know, we've been around for a long time. Hey, Liz, once again, it's truly awesome to have you back in here with us. All right, I mean,
Thank
you
you.
were gone. I know
Thank
that you went.
I'm going to go on Woodscope tonight and call Najee. It's my turn. So
we are going to be listening. But hey, Liz, thanks for coming back in with, and I really appreciate you.
You're welcome. Love the show.
Chiming in.
Love the show.
Thank you, Liz. We'll talk to you soon, Liz. See you later. Bye. Well done, Liz. Well done. All right. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm trying to find the chat. I'm going to get on Mike's Space and tell those idiots to call Stucknut. Way to go, Wells. Sup, Bella? Cody's in here. Cool. Cindy's in here. Sup, Flex? CAG 715. I feel like a lot of the smack back in the day was against whole cities more than actually callers. Hey, great point, CAG 715. That's the type of people I like to hear on this show too, CAG. I don't know who you are, dude, but it's as simple as DMing Headstrom, and we'll get you on. Let's hear your take, especially your old schoolers. That's awesome. Liz, that was a well thought of call. Very well done. That's what you get with Liz, man. And look for her tonight. She calls Nab. Hey, Headstrom. So what you think, man? You think that the jungle, the Smackoff is headed towards scripting? I mean, we can't get away from it now, can we, bro? You can't change it now. Once you let it in, you can't let it out.
I don't know. It's never going to go away. I don't think the age-old argument that, remember, and I've said it pretty much every year that I've been on with this. You guys have been on longer than I have. The old Joe and the OC adage of your phone, go. That's never going to be old. I mean, case in point, Iafrady coming in second, he played it old school, right? So there's probably almost always going to be a sort of a gimmick thing in there, but it's the way that you play the gimmick, right? So, you gotta have, if you're going to do something like that, you gotta have good audio. You can't be, you can't be playing stuff off of a phone into a phone or off you gotta have it play right, or else it just doesn't work. Now, if part of your gimmick is for it to sound like shit, then that's fine, right? But
that's part of our gimmick.
I don't think it's ever going to go away.
Hey, what's the deal with this? What's the deal with this controversy? We had controversy in Smackoff 28, bro. Drizzle.
What was Jim talking about?
All right, I'll set that one up for you.
Yeah,
as soon as Drizzle
pre-recorded call.
Yeah, when Drizzle was done, he didn't hang up his phone right away, but turned up his TV or his radio. So the delayed audio from the last part of his call came back through the phone line because Rome didn't have him muted or hung up on yet either. So they thought maybe it was recorded and his call started over again, like on a loop. But it was just like the last 10 seconds of his call, so they cleared it.
Yeah. At first, Rome was acting like, dude, this was a pre-recorded call. And I was like, damn, that would suck, because that's not right. But I don't think it was, Steve. I think that the dude turned his radio back up.
Yeah, they played it right back again, and you hear the end of his call, and then Drizzle automatically turned his radio up, I guess, to listen to it, but didn't hang up his phone. So that audio came back through the phone, and Rome's people hadn't hung up on him yet either. So that's what that was. Just a little bit.
I don't know how Drizzle didn't get in the top 10 though. I mean, he didn't even make. He didn't even get on the top 10. I don't see of the 18 calls. Especially someone that came in and just ran takes of people,
Yeah, but Liz is right though. He doesn't really know much about the people. He just kind of just comes in like a tough guy. He's gonna beat everybody up, but doesn't really have reasons or anything. I didn't think the call was top 10 worthy, but I don't want him to come kick my ass either. I live in San Antonio, by the way, Drizzle.
Yeah. Benton's in here. What's up, webmaster?
Yeah. Oh, actually, by the way, also, just so that people know, this is an ulterior motive to have people DM me. I don't want your number. I don't give a shit. But you got to follow me in order to DM me.
Oh, that's a trick. Hey, we do have Frank on the phone, though.
Yeah. Let's go to Frank. Don't forget Mark Moda.
What up, Frank? How you doing, brother?
Hey, Drew, the Jumpman. Oh, man, I'm nervous, guys. Sorry. Hey, what's going on? Hey.
First time listener, long time caller.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, first off, congratulations to Kaleb. What a gracious, humble champion this guy. I hope he's becomes a little more active on Twitter. I know he has been lately, but couldn't be a more greater guy to win the Smackoff, and he did win it hands down. Maybe not hands down, and during the first hour and a half, the first half, I was thinking about calling Fonzie up and saying, dude, get your skis ready because this thing needs to be jumped. I'm not kidding. It was just terrible, man. And then it kind of picked up. I afraidy because I'm old school. That was straight fire, man. That dude just knows how to do it, and if you've heard him in the past, you know what I mean. You just get the nostalgia, man. It's like, yeah, this is how it's done. But I thought Iafredi really killed it. But I'm good with the top three. I absolutely love that Vic, Leff, and Rick did not make the podium. That's the best thing that could happen. I think he kind of touched on it somewhat during the other shows that were on pre-Smackoff. But I think that's pretty good. Vic is Vic, man. I love that guy. And his Brad imitation was hilarious, man. That dude has a talent for imitating voices that is unreal, and I was laughing just so hard at that. So, but I think, like I said, Kaleb, a deserving champ, man. He finally got the strap, and he's one of the good guys too. So I really dig that. What say you?
I think that fucking you being nervous was the funniest thing I've heard in the last year. That caught me off guard. Thank you for getting me back in the spirit, after being slowed down with my drizzle take. But hey, Mark, Moore, Frank, y'all follow him. I got something for you, bro. I got something just for you,
sir.
All right?
Yes.
Here it is.
All right.
Was the day of the Smackoff, and all the clones were happy, except for that big fucking rat. That's for you, brother. That's just for you.
That's brilliant. You are the poet laureate of the crew.
Yeah.
Hey, with Drizzle, you know what? I think that was a recording. I did not hear during his call him say keyboard warrior at all. And that's what the part that came back on, it said keyboard warrior. I'm going to go through because I don't know if anybody else caught that, but I did not hear his rant that he mentioned anybody saying keyboard warrior or anything. And the part that came back, it said keyboard warrior on it. So
yeah, I wonder if he
that's something to.
Maybe he was watching the
ahead.
clock. Maybe he was watching the clock and saw that it's getting long, and then kind of just said, "All right, I'm out" or whatever, and kept that tape going.
I can't imagine that would be recorded like that because he was just coming in with his just straight fire, man. And then another thing too, props to James in Portland, man. He actually pulled off a pretty good call, man. That was considering his other calls. You know, he kind of shocked me coming out of the blue with you know, a different take and everything. And it was pretty good, man. Everybody did pretty good. Like I said, I dig that Brad, Leff, and Rick did not hit the podium, because when Rick wasn't getting on and he was going to be the last caller, I go, oh man, they're going to do this again, where the last caller gets the strap, and it's like, boo, you know. But man, Kaleb, everybody, like I say, I'm going to get off here. I got to finish my work big. I'll be listening. 3 hours of this stuff. You guys appreciate what you do for the clones. This is always a good time coming in and talking. Congratulations again to Kaleb in Green Bay, the king of smack for a year. Right on, you guys. Have a good day.
Well done, Frank. Frank and Boise. Frank and Boise.
I thought we weren't running anybody today.
That's how it's done. Right down.
He needed to be run because that was such a good call that it was not a good call, that it was a good call. So he needed to be run like that. All right. So next up, we got senior Mikey Bagels.
All right.
Old school Stucknut. And then we, after him, we're going to have another Mike, Coaster Boy Mike. So hang in there, guys. We got you coming on here. I got some breaking news, Bulldog.
Let's hear it.
We take you now to Kermit the Frog with another fast-breaking news story.
I've received word that Mark in Boston is doing his call, or did his call, on Mike and Indy's Twitter Spaces.
Cool. Wherever they want to play, man, it's cool with me. I don't care. Yeah, play over there, play over here. It's all good. Let's just keep getting the word out. That's all that matters. Keep the Smackoff thing running, man. That's the main thing here. Number 10, Benny. Number 9, Mark. 8, James. I agree, James. Number 8, that's cool. Leff, 7. Rick, 6. Sean, 5. 4, BIC. 3, BIC. 2, I have Brady. Number 1, the champ, Kaleb.
All right.
Green Bay at the Lorelei right now. What you got, Steve?
We're going to the crick.
Oh, cool. Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Doing great. Just sitting here watching you on the old tube. That's weird, but
yeah,
thank you, DirecTV for having the Twitch app. But
like you said,
sitting here watching
Bagels. Like you said, it's come a long way, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sitting here listening to you on like a BlackBerry or anything like that. So great show. Welcome to the COVID edition of Bagels on the post show. Over here.
Made it to the crick. Damn it, baby.
Yeah, the vid gave me the crick gave me vid. So
it's because you haven't put enough water in that thing. You need to quit damming that bitch up. You need water to flow through.
Yeah, I know. Right. Yeah. How am I going to get my cable though? You know, but
underwater.
Hey, a good 2 hours of Smackoff anyway.
Yeah. That seems to be like the thing.
They got it right.
Man. Yep.
They got it right. I thought Leff would place a little higher, but that's okay. But hey, like I said this in the chat earlier, it's cool to see this mean so much to Kaleb. That's really neat because when you get guys like Brad winning and some of these other guys, it's just another day. You could tell this legit means something to that guy. And I really like that. It's refreshing because, I mean, again, you got these guys that win multiple titles and, shout out to Shawnee. But, it's, I mean, if you could hear the garbage they're doing on their little Twitter space right now. But anyway, it's horrible. But, again, it was a good smack off. Vic represented Stucknut extremely well again this year. Very, very, very cool. I thought Frady was going to snipe it from everyone. That came out of nowhere. Yeah, that was probably his best call in a decade. But it was a fun day as always, guys. No, he didn't. Not at all.
So that was cool.
He took it old school. But another great day for the Smackoff and for you gentlemen as well who are putting out a very fine program.
Thank you so much, brother. You know that you're one of the reasons why we're on this program. You're one of the reasons why we have this Stucknut Radio, and We won't ever forget it. You know, I start every single show I do with the same words that you and I have spoken for a long time is how you doing? How you doing? That's a tribute to my boy Bagels. How y'all doing? How's that correct? That's a tribute to Mikey Bagels, one of the founders of this here radio show you're listening to right now as we speak. Hey, brother, I thank you so much for chiming in. You're always with us, and thank you, and we'll talk to you soon, my
Actually,
friend.
we can hang on to Bagels for a little bit here.
What you got,
No, you
Bagels?
can't. I already hung up on him. What are y'all? Y'all are doing like a totally different show over there.
No. You don't like this. I don't like that call.
I like that call. All right. This is the post Smackoff 28 show.
It's my understanding that we may have some new blood in here, or some new old blood.
Hey, man, like I said, if you're listening, go ahead.
Go ahead. We'll get the confirmation later on. We will get the confirmation later on. So,
if you're out there and you're listening to the show, give us a call. It's simple. DM Headstrom, and I want to hear what you think, man. I want to hear what you think about what you heard today, how you felt, how it was slotted, how long you've been a clone. I mean, if you want to give us a call, this is the time to do it. We got another hour and a half or so with this thing, and then we'll be out. And and then
and those people that are over at Mike and Indy's spaces, once you're done there, come on over here. You're more than welcome.
Yeah, do what you got to do. It don't matter to me. Whatever we got to do, we're just gonna keep going, man. I think that Bick, and the way Bick has the way he presents his calls, Headstrom, is unique to well, the first time I heard Bick on the Rome show, I thought, damn, this guy's got a different swagger to him, you know? I mean, he's got something about him that just the way he can present his calls and the way he just keeps the flow going is just so unique, kind of like what the stuff that Brad does, you know, and Leff
that delivery is key. That delivery is
so key, man, because you know you're listening to it on a radio show, so it's in order to keep them, it's hard. It's really hard to do. And anyway, I just really think I'm proud of Vic for being on the podium with Ira Brady and of course our champ Kaleb out there hanging out at the Lorelei with our boys and everything. I'll get back to Jeremy, Green Bay, my boy. Man, dude, all pub is good pub, bro. And you're right. I ain't a doctor. I thought Jeremy had a pretty good call. He didn't make top 10, but I like the fact that he was in here. I had no idea he was coming in. I thought that was really cool. And once again, that controversy with Drizzle is crazy. James had a really good. James is. I didn't think that James would even get on the top 10 coming into today until I heard James do his call. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, it was different. It was pretty cool, man.
All right. Alan in Manitoba says, unlike the first hour of the Smackoff today, this was an hour well spent. Well, thank you, sir.
There you
That's
go.
Algo Fish on Twitter.
Ready to go back to the
Alan
phones?
in Manitoba. So thank you for that,
what you
Alan.
got, Steve? Who are you going to?
This one is another Mike, but not in a creek. He's on a coaster.
Mike, in a coaster. What's up? How you doing?
Yo, it's been a long time since I've talked to you on Stucknut Radio.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
All the time back in the last decade. We used to do a show. I used to do a show with Ralph. Mike and Ralph Smack mashups. I don't know if you remember that or not, but that was a popular show for like a day.
Is this Mike from Ohio?
Crackrin?
Yes, Mikey Crackrin, yes.
Oh,
well, why
shit,
did you
Mike,
say so, you dumbass?
Why didn't you just tell us who you are? I had a show. Just tell us who the hell you are. Of course we know.
I didn't put two and two together, Mike, on a coaster. I mean, he does tour around and do these roller coasters.
San Antonio last year.
I've been canceled from Twitter a couple times over some, takes, but whatever. I got some people's feelings, and I had to change it around, but I'm back a bit. I tell you what, I've been good, man. When you said that you were surprised that somebody in hour one wasn't in the top 10, I'm like, no shit. That was the single worst hour in Smackoff history. That's like 1995 on. Like, I've never heard a worse hour in my life.
That is some hard shit right there, Mike. And you know what? I know you've been around forever. I know that.
I call it how I see it. I used to be cultivating the take boxes way back in the day.
Yeah, why don't you come back
I'm the one that found. Yeah, I'm the one that had such a no life of his own that I literally went back and found the Dr. Boudreaux take from way back in the day that was completely elusive. And I think I did I did the very first Smackoff post game show with you guys. Well, being 308 or the hell he is.
Yeah, 308 porn stash.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm bringing back some memories, man. You know, when you have nothing to say, you know, take it to nostalgia.
That is awesome, Mike. I hadn't heard from you in a while, but it's good to hear your voice. Good to have you still around. And man, we need to hear a little bit more of Mike, man. You need to call into our monthly show too, bro. We need to catch up a little bit more on you, man. You were a big part
I
of
will be doing that.
Radio. Dude, you were a big part of Stucknut Radio, man. I know you and Ralph. That's right. It was you and Ralph, the old Flat Earth boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, Mike. So good to have you
cracking
on
Eli Manning, I tell you. You used to piss him off.
My brother Mike, I'm so happy you called in, dude. So happy you called in, man.
All right.
Got anything else for us?
No, that's it, man. I'm just called to say hi. You know, it's been a while, and you know, I don't have a lot of smack to say today. You know, it's start of summer, and you know, I want to give a shout to all the good fathers out there. So, about it. Oh yeah, and Sean, go pay your child support.
All right, run his ass.
Well done, Mike. Mike is cracking. You have to know to know. You would have to know to know.
So if you thought that the first hour of the Smackoff was bad today, go back and listen to some of Mike and Ralph's show.
You still got those, I'm sure, don't you, brother?
Yeah, probably.
That's awesome, man. Post Smackoff show 28. Smackoff 28. Here we are again. We got a little bit more time with you guys. Quite simple. If the calls run out, we go back. We're going back out of here. But this Bulldog in the house, I got Hedstrom, my buddy Hedstrom, Steve with us. So what'd you guys think? I hadn't even gotten to your take at all, Steve. You have time to talk to us right now? What do you think? What do you think about the show? Tell me what your thoughts are.
I mean, it's kind of the same. First hour was not that great. I mean, I did pick Jeff and Southfield to win, and his call was very funny, but it just wasn't like Smackoff. Like, I mean, that could have been like just like one of his normal calls. But that was like the highlight. Well, no, the highlight of the first hour was Jeremy lighting up the Stucknut boys, the sexual predator guys at Stucknut, and the guy that likes puppets. That was my favorite part. But yeah,
I was actually going to make reference to that because Milk in the D, good old Milk from the old Stucknut days. He says at Stucknut, at Pool Doc, at Hedstrom Bacon, LOL, shots fired.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, that's crazy. Hey, wait, Smack 4 UD. Hold on, Steve. Miss the top 10 order. Anybody got a link? You don't need a link, bro. You're in here. 10, Benny and Wisco. 9, Mark in Hollywood. 8, James in Portland. 7, Leff in Laguna. 6, Rick in Buffalo. 5, Shawnee the Cablinasian. 4, the BIC, Brad and Corona. 3, Victor Broadway Victor NoCal. 2, I have Brady, bro. Smack 4 UD. 2, I have Brady, and the winner and our new champ, Kaleb in Green Bay. There it is, right there for you, brother. Top 10. If you need that, let me know. I'm following the chat, man. How y'all doing? Hope y'all having a good time. You're having a good time with this stuff, man. Steve, go back to it. You thought what you thought? Tell me your thoughts.
Oh, hang on a second. Breaking news. People in the chat. People are asking how can you get in to call? What you need to do is follow me at Hedstrom Bacon. I'll put it in there. I will follow you. Send me your number. We will call you. So I will put it in the chat. DM at Hedstrom Bacon. follow me, and we will send the number off to Steve. We're currently efforting a top tenner right now.
And
good.
As an added bonus, since you give us your phone number, you're going to get like a sweet deal on an extended warranty on your automobile. So get ready for those calls.
Love it. We're selling them. Yes, that's it. We got to pay for these
Is
services.
Brad going to give you a deal on insurance?
That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, Smackoff show 28. Smackoff 28. No problem. Smack 4UD. Smack 4UD. All right, man. Blaze in here. Blaze in here. I Frady was good, but every old school caller kind of does the same bit. Things were better back in the day. Okay, great. Good for you. All right, Blaze. Good to have you in here, Blaze. Hell yeah. Love Blaze in here. You guys need to follow Blaze in KC, man. That dude's a cool dude. He's been around for a while.
All right.
For sure.
All
right, what we got?
We have James, or however Jim Rome does it.
What
Jimmy.
up, boys?
James, my man. James, how do you feel? How do you feel, man?
Oh, that was awesome. That was great. I mean, I'm
Yes.
a rookie, so I was hoping for top 10. I felt I was closer to top 5, but it doesn't really matter if you don't get first or second, really. But props to Kaleb, and props to you guys, for helping him out with that call. Now, I will say this: I caught the end of his call with you guys this morning, or after the show. Sorry. And how am I supposed to talk trash to that guy, man? Like, he's a saint.
No, you can't.
He's a priest.
You can't.
The guy doesn't drink. He doesn't swear, and he doesn't smoke. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with the guy, but no, props to him. You could tell Jim's been wanting to give it to him, and I tweeted out, I hope Rome only can get his next vacation home in Oregon. Yeah,
that way you got to do.
No, yeah, you know what I'm saying. He was kind of kissing his ass a little bit, but whatever. To each his own, and Rome's been wanting to give it to him for a long time. But no, it was so much fun, and I'm with you guys though on the first hour. I was like, I almost said before my call, I was like, I thought I was the first guy that ever called into the show. It was just like Dan in Denver, man. Was he awake? And then, Jeff in Southfield, I give him props. He cracked me up. He's got some good one-liners, but he's got to mix it up. It might have been a little, he's always sticking to the fat jokes and just reaming Sean. I would say my favorite call, and this is kind of hard for me to say because I'd say Vic had a great call today. And I thought Brad was the funniest. It wasn't his best. But I thought Vic kind of came through today. I don't know about you guys think about that. You guys like Vic's call?
Yeah, I think he got slotted right where he was. I want to get more back to you, because dude. All right, so you came in. You're like you said it. You're a rookie in this thing. I think you probably need to be slotted a little bit higher, but that's not my call. But James, how did you? When did you start constructing this call? How did you get yourself prepared for this big day? And quite frankly, what you did today sets you up for a while now. Okay. So what you did today gets you in the field. So tell me a little bit more about how you structured your call and how you went about creating that call.
Well, I honestly, I've been waiting to kind of, my Alvy's my thing, right? But
right.
I've been waiting to blast the clones for today. I'll probably do a lot more of it moving forward, but I was waiting for today to kind of, Rome called me out on it. I was like, oh, sweet, because it's kind of what I had planned. I'm in sales, so to me, I look at it as a cold call. I call it adult prank calling, basically, right?
Beautiful.
So I kind of had it all in my head. I jot notes down and stuff, and I kind of stuck to it. I did take a lot out though because, boy, I felt like it was around 4 to 5 minutes. I think I came in like close to a little less than that because I was supposed to get in on the first hour, and thank God I didn't. Because it was good. And I felt Leff too, that was Leff's worst call ever. Like, I don't know where he was going with that. And then him talking so fast. And I was like, sweet, because I was a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. Coming after Leff, I was like, oh, geez, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then I was like, I felt like I changed the show. I will say that, because I do bring energy. I felt like the first guys were just so boring and just that you couldn't feel it in their voice, So But I think I did well for my first go. I still got a lot more ammo in my pocket, if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
But Brad made me all. Brad to me is the GOAT. I miss Terrence. I am a heel. I wore Terrence. Rome for last week, or I think it was even Thursday, may have played some Terrence, and I heard that and Jeff in Southfield, and those calls still crack me up. I've never been an I Have Brady guy. I know that him and Jim got way back, and I remember him. I've been listening to the show for 20 plus years, but I just felt like it was long. It started off slow, and I don't know. I think he got more credit for being I Have Brady and for calling in. But I know a lot of people I've heard like this call. I still felt like it wasn't his best either. But when I heard I Have Brady was on, I was like, I'm probably not going to go top 6. I figured I Have Brady kind of knocked me down a notch. So, but I'm a realist. Like I said, if it ain't first or second in this thing, it doesn't really matter after that. And the whole Drizzle thing, his call shocked me too. His call was way better than what he's been doing earlier, freaking everyone out. I kind of called him out last week myself, but he came with the heat. And I don't know about that recording or not recording. At first I thought it was a recording because, even as a person who calls in, you generally hang the phone up immediately, right? Your first reaction is to hang up, then you go to the radio, or I have it on TV. So I don't know about that, but it looked like the guys were talking on TV, and they kind of summed it up as that. So, and I'll take his word for it. But he brought some heat. That is the man I do not want to mess with, though. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, keep that out of here. Yeah, me too. Hey, James, we got James Important on Post Smackoff Show. You said something earlier that stuck out, and I want to explore a little bit more about what you just said. You said that you felt like you woke the crowd up, or you woke the show up. I think I agree with that, dude. Why do you think it was so stale in the first hour? Because it was coming in like monotone, bro, like monotone until you finally showed up, like someone that like, hey, actually, I'm here. I'm going to give you a take. I'm going to try to wake this joint up. I think you succeeded in that, man. I agree with that. I never really considered that until, and that's why we do this show, to hear exactly what you just said. So, thanks for waking the show up, bro. I think you did a hell of a job, dude. 20 plus years in the listening to the show. What made you start wanting to call? Why all of a sudden now? Tell me a little bit more about that.
Timing, I used to travel a ton for work, to be honest. So I was a flyer sales guy for a long time, so it was hard. I was trying to catch in pods and stuff like that, but now I'm more just locally doing things. So my schedule was had a lot to do with it. But also, you just got to get the cojones to do it. I've called in the Samson show and the Canzano show here, and Cowherd's show when he started here. We're talking 15 years ago. So I've been doing local radio for 15 plus years. My thing here is I'll drop the Greg Oden blast. I don't know if you ever heard Samson talk about that, but I'll refer to just how hung he is in some weird kind of funny way. So that's what kind of got me on the map, over here. I will say too, though, back to your point, we'll talk about like Dan and Denver starting off the show. It took everything. The only good thing about Dan in Denver today was that they didn't show the picture of him wearing his tank top. Dude, that guy is Chewbacca. I don't know if you've ever seen his shoulders, but Trae Young wishes Dan in Denver's shoulders was on his head, dude. That guy's a hairy man. And but some other it's so funny. And sorry to head to Canadian Bacon, dude. No CANADAs this year, bro. You had to be a little disappointed like that. Maybe as disappointed as Calgary not making the Stanley Cup. Ooh.
Ouch.
Sorry. No, I'm a Rangers fan. Oh, because I'm a Rangers fan, man. I'm a Rangers fan. I got screwed just as you did, dude. I'm just talking trash. Look what happens, too, when the NHL players go to Tampa, dude. How is Tampa known for hockey? I thought Tampa was just known for amateur porn. And evidently it is, because every visiting team that goes to Tampa is just literally just beak diving and you know what. And, come on, dude. Bang Bros should be more known than, the Tampa Bay Lightning trying to 3 or 4-peat. So anyway, and you got to be pissed that Tampa even exists in hockey, Bacon Man. I mean, come on.
It is what it is. You know.
What you got, Bacon Man?
Bacon Man.
Here's the thing. I don't talk shit because it bites you in the ass. It inevitably bites you. Some people get off on that. I don't get off on talking shit. I mean, I enjoy the game. I want my team to do well. If somebody's talking shit just like incessantly, I'll call them out on it. Hitman Canadian, because he supports the Oilers, and God bless him for doing that. But the problem is that he wants Calgary to lose more than he wants his own fucking team to win. So I actually find joy in that. So that's sort of where I stand on it. I just don't like talking shit. It's just not my thing. I don't get off on it. Some people do, and hey, if that's your thing, go for it. But it could be fun though.
Jesus, dude, I'm about to cry for just talking shit here, man.
See, there you go. Oh, and by the way, just to top that off, James, your call was fantastic today.
Yeah,
I was laughing my ass off. You should have probably been top 5, easy.
I appreciate that. No, I thought it was good. My favorite was to Jeff and Southfield, a little taste of no medicine, but I love the I can't even, what did I say? The FBI's run out of Nakatomi Plaza and gave up on Hans Gruber. That one was kind of on the fly, to be honest. That was one of my favorite lines. And, I knew I had to lay off Alvin, but I did love my first line about the Peloton, about, Jim maybe riding the Peloton, but Alvin got rode like a Peloton. So
that Peloton line was class. I literally almost drove off the road laughing. That was funny because you could hear. Did you hear Jim's reaction to it when you go? If you heard you go back and listen to your call. Jim cracked up on that. So that's the thing. He says you got to lay off Alvin and everything, but if you don't go after the Alvin sex life thing, he's going to be disappointed. So you got to go after it, right?
Oh, yeah, and I had more stuff on, James Kelly's enormous cranium, but, I was sticking to under that 3 to 4 minute mark after the first hour. Oh, my God, and Paul's dog ruined it. I mean, Paul's dog had his best call 2 weeks ago when he did the extra call, the extra small rextra on Brad, and then I was like, oh, he ruined it. I was like, you can't do better than that. And that's actually happened to me a couple times where, your second call, you either bomb or you just overdo it sometimes. So I knew I had to keep calling in just because I had the golden ticket. But I thought Paul's dog definitely had 2 way better calls even when he was talking shit to you guys about the Star Wars shit. What did he say? The Handalorian? I think he was talking about you guys. That was a pretty decent blast. But his call sucked, man. I was like, what was he singing bad to the bone? Took 2 minutes. I couldn't believe Jim didn't run his ass.
He was close to it, though. You could tell he was close to it. And okay, if nothing else, Paul's dog's call today should at least confirm that it's not me. There's so many people out there that think it's me. It is not me. I was driving on the way. Yes, I could have made that call driving. Okay, but I did not make that call today.
That wasn't very convincing there, Bacon Man.
Well,
Bacon Man.
Canadian Bacon, after what you just said about not talking shit, that it's definitely not you. And now I know why you helped the priest in St. Hell, the Pope, Kaleb, dude. That was funny, Bulldog. You're like, you won the motherfucking Smackoff. He's like, I won the Smackoff. I was like, dude, I'm glad I didn't put his ass on blast. I would have felt horrible and maybe burned in hell. So,
dude, man, last year in the post Smackoff show, we got him to say fuck, and I felt bad after that, man. I didn't realize the guy didn't.
Yeah, like you were crying after talking shit about my Calgary Flames. Bulldog was crying after he got Kaleb to say fuck last year.
When he said fuck, he's like, oh, you got me. I was like, oh my God. This dude doesn't cuss.
Well,
so
was Kaleb on before or after Cal? I can't remember, but I can't remember that one. But rest in peace, Cal. But we got him pretty good last year.
James Important, number 8 today on the Smackoff. I love it. I love the new blood.
I appreciate it. I'll go. I just will say this. Kaleb definitely represented Wisconsin better than all those other fools, though. their other calls were brutal. Kaleb,
Yeah.
I knew he had it with your bit, dude. When you guys did the vacation home, I was like, oh, you got Rome. It's funny. I've kind of learned to see Rome on TV. Like, when I call in, dude, he'll sit on his hands. He's like, he gets super uncomfortable, but he laughs his ass off. I mean, he was genuinely, like, loving the Wisconsin vibe. So props to you guys. Again, props to Kaleb. I still think Brad is the GOAT to me. He had some blasts that were pretty epic. Vic's best call I've ever heard in 20, whatever. What is this, his 30th Smackoff? But keep it up, boys. And
James, one last thing real quick. Okay. You're going to go over onto, or unless you already have you gone over to Mike and Indy's Spaces yet? Have you chimed in over there yet?
Guys, I just heard you guys saying that. I was like, dude, you can't call into the Smackoff, but you can have a after show. What the fuck is that, man? Come on. No, I didn't even. I liked one or two Mike and Indy's calls in the past. Again, I like anyone who can do this because trust me, I still kind of get nervous. Luckily, I do come from a sales background, and I don't mind picking up the phone. But looks like you got some competition. But you guys are the OGs. Keep it up. And, thanks for what you guys do. And I'll end this with a come on!
Nice.
Way to go, nice. James.
Steve didn't tell me to run him, so I didn't run him. I do what I'm told.
James.
Run him.
If someone told you to jump off a bridge, would you do it?
I like.
You don't like that car. I don't like that car. Not a very good car.
All right, messages. Sorry, Bulldog. While Steve's setting this up, so we've got we're gonna have another Smackoff participant coming in. Someone who called in the first hour there, and then after that, we're gonna have David in Nashville. So hang in there, David, if you're listening. You're gonna be up right after our next caller.
All right, y'all keep calling, man. If you want to talk, let's talk. We'll be here for another hour, and let's talk. That James, love the new blood, Pedstrom. Love the new blood.
Man, I'm telling you that I'm glad he brought that up because I was trying to. It's hard to remember stuff just like because I like to make notes, And that I'm glad he brought up the Peloton thing. That was I literally I was laughing my ass off when I heard that. That was a
where we
great
headed,
line.
Steve. Looks like we're going back to the phones.
Green Bay.
Oh, we're going back to Green Bay.
One of my favorite calls of the day.
Your boy with the pipes.
We going to Jeremy?
Yes, sir.
Jeremy, what's up?
Yo, what up, guys? If it isn't my favorite, 3 red dots. How you doing?
Hey, doggy dog. What's up, man? How you doing? Hey, dude, I didn't expect you to call, and I'm glad you were in there, man. I'm glad you're there. I liked your call, dude. I don't know how you didn't get top 10. I love your call, man.
And it's an honor to actually be mentioned in the Smackoff.
No
That's
shit,
awesome,
dude. That is so cool of you, man. Thank you so much, bro. Are you at the Lorelei, or are you just chilling, man? Where you at?
No, we got to get ready to go on a little trip to Milwaukee here later tonight. But I just wanted to check in with you guys. Since I did talk a little smack on you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the call. I think it was a fucking top 10 call. I'll just say that. It sucks that being lumped into that first hour,
Yep.
I think it was like everyone else after me was so bad, the whole theme, and then Jim's just shitting on the first hour. I'm like, even halfway through the second hour, I'm like, oh, I'm 2. It's like James and me. And I'm like there's only 12 more callers probably. And I'm like, oh, dude, I'm hitting the top 10. But then he just kept shit on the first hour. You know how Jim can sway public opinion, so it doesn't matter though. I didn't really care. I went into it thinking I might get run at the end, but I don't give a fuck. This is my tribute call to Cal. I wasn't even gonna do Smackoff, and then I was like, you know what? 3 days before, I'm like, let me just see if I can get in because I just felt like everyone was gonna take cheap shots at Cal. I mean, Cal were pretty close, and I was like, if I can get in, I'll probably go early. I can blunt that shit, and I can do a tribute to Cal and actually throw his voice on there, not take cheap shots. And then people probably have to pull the cheap shots out of their call, So that was one strategy. And I was like, and Cal's just a fucking legend, dude. That audio of his Stucknut call last year was the funniest thing I ever fucking heard. And I'm like, I got the idea 3 days before, and I'm like, well, I know what I can do if I get in. So let's just do this.
Love it. Jeremy in Green Bay.
So Jeremy, yesterday when sorry, Pool Doc. Jeremy, just to back up a little bit. So was it yesterday or no? It was Wednesday. So Wednesday you got your golden ticket, and then Rome started ripping them. What were your thoughts then?
So I didn't, I mean, I didn't even think I needed a golden ticket. Like when he said with Dan the day before, just like, oh, you don't even need one. You called, that was good, you're in. Because I felt like they needed callers. That was another reason why I called. So I was like, they might only have like 15 callers this year. The year before they had 20. I was like, I could probably get in pretty easy with a standard call. I don't have to use like my A material. Let's do this. And I saw an opening when Tyler called, and I was like, I'm getting in. And then when he gave me the ticket, I'm like, did he give me, like, he's probably pissed I didn't call all year, like I'm not like fucking one of the legends. He probably expected me to call more during the year. I'm like, maybe he gave me a ticket just to rip it at the end of the show to like punish me, So I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen. But at the same time, I was like, whatever. It wasn't like last year where I was on pins and needles wanting to just like do my best job. This year I was more calm, more just free flowing. I was like, and last year I kind of like played it safe. This year I was like, fuck it. I'm going to let it rip, and I'm going to go over the line. And if I get run, I'll be remembered. I'm not going to win it, but if I can get remembered, that'll be cool. Someone will, the people who liked Cal fucking loved it. I guarantee you that. And the people that didn't like Cal, he was very polarizing, probably were like, he probably should have stopped before the end, But it was cool. I was able to have a longer call this year, and I think I nailed it, dude.
The issue, the deal here is, that you were in the first hour, and everybody's like, that first hour sucked. It might have sucked, but your call did not suck. Your call was done. It was right. I like this new attitude you have with the Smackoff. Is like, go for broke or don't go for anything, Fuck it. Like you said, fuck it. Let's just go ahead and put it out there. And if I get run, cool. If I don't, I'm going to get through it. I'm going to be edgy. I'm going to do what I got to do. And I'm not going to worry about it for a month before the show. I'm just going to come in here, do what I got to do, and get the fuck out. I love that, Jeremy. I absolutely love that. Major respect for you.
Thank you, dude.
Packer
Thank you.
10-31-45 said Green Bay represent. So, I hate the fact that you were lumped into the first hour.
Go ahead.
That's all.
Yeah, I know, but I know was my role, and I probably could have gone a little later, but as soon as Dan flamed, Tom was like, "We need you to pick up the energy. You're going next," and I'm like, "No, I'm just kidding."
I think he would just say that because you did bring it, man. You brought it good.
Yeah, dude, and I kind of was like wondering what the crew was going to think of that, because there was a lot of bleeps in that Cal audio, and like I was like, did I have 5 or 8 seconds too much of Cal, but it was too good not to put in there, and I was like, whatever happens, dude. Like, I'm putting it in there. Like, because it played so well. Like, you can't say I didn't nail it. Like, it sounded like I was having like Cal was there, dude, because, he's like, what? And then at the end, he's like, how's that going to sound for you? How's that going to, that sounded like he was, trying to fuck with the call, like. But
absolutely love it, Jeremy. Love it.
I miss that, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. I do. He would have. We needed him in that first hour, didn't we? We needed him coming in here and wake shit up.
But Pool Doc, my man, dude, you got a little run in there.
Yeah, no shit, dude. What's up with that? That's crazy, dude. That's crazy, man. I
don't know.
I like it. You're right. I shouldn't be a doc. I'm just gonna change my name to Pool. Fuck it. That's my new name.
No, your handle is one of the funniest ones out there. Like, it's so cool, dude. But I just, when you're thinking of material, I was like, I don't think, you're trying to do something up. Like, I don't want to do fat jokes. I don't want to do just canned material. Like, I was trying to be creative, and I'm like, I don't think anyone's done a Pool Doc. I thought my angle on Vic was pretty creative, like with his whole Twitter persona, tying that into the second place and trying to get his results overturned, like, I don't know. I thought it was different. My take on San Antonio, instead of just going at Gino, like I went at San Antonio, like, I don't know.
I tried to be original. For Pool Doc, that the thing about him being a doctor, or it doesn't take a doctor to read a test strip. Man,
yeah.
Pool Doc doesn't even use test strips. One time he came and just smelt my water and told me exactly what I needed.
I can confirm. I was there. I was present at the time. Smackoff 25. That's exactly what I thought. Now, I didn't quite see the, he had his back to me. I thought he tasted the water, and he's like, dude, no, I smelled it. I'm like, okay.
Hey, man,
Pool
I don't
Doc
need
just
strips
shows
anymore,
up and
Jeremy.
Pool Doc just shows up and dips his wiener in the water, and he knows what type of levels of chemicals you need.
There you go.
Or if it's not one of my pools, I piss in it to fuck it all up so I can get the pool. Yeah, I got all kinds of shit going on. But hey, this ain't about me. This is about Jeremy in Green Bay, dude. You have been one of my favorites for a long time, and I'm happy that you called today, and I like the new you. You stay with this one, man. This is good for your brand, bro. You come in there, you do your shit, don't worry about it, and what happens, bro. Because you know what, life moves on, man. So I like this, Jeremy. I'm glad that you called, and I was honored that you brought me up, dude. When we talked a little bit after that, I was like, my man. You're my boy. You even thought about me and bringing the call, and that's crazy. That's insane in my opinion. But I wish you nothing but the best, my brother. I know you're traveling, but safe travels to you. And Jeremy, you've always been one of my favorites, and thank you so much for coming in and helping us out today, man. I appreciate you a lot, dude. Later.
All right, dude. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good one, dude. And you guys, you pull an all-nighter there. Look for all the fans there listening.
Okay, dude. Jeremy, thank you so much. Safe travels, my friend. See you later. You gonna run him? Don't run my boy.
No, I'm not running him because that was awesome that he mixed us in and smacked us in the call. I thought that was cool, and almost made me cry a little bit because I was feeling a little left out because Paul's dog went after the two of you. James Kelly mentioned the two of you as we stated last night with the odds thing. No mention of me, which is actually I kind of like that. I kind of like staying in the background there. I don't want any mention. I don't want to be no.
You're good. All right, I got the chat running. Oh man, Pool Dick, nice. Rocket, hey, what's up, Rocket? Tiffany's in here. Pool Nurse, yeah. All right, let's get off that subject for a little bit, man.
Yeah, I was gonna ask for Jim in Indiana, but it looks like he's not home. So Jim, if you want to call in, DM me, brother. So I did post that up in the chat. People, if you want to get on the air, follow me at Headstrom Bacon on Twitter. You DM me your number. Once again, we do not keep numbers. As soon as I send that number off to Steve, I delete that number. I delete that post because I don't want 40 or 50 DMs in my inbox thing there. We do not keep numbers. We do not share numbers. Ask anybody that's called us.
I store the numbers though.
Except for maybe Jeremy. I think I still have Jeremy's number.
We do have another caller.
All right, who we got?
Yeah, we're going to Nashville?
Yep, David in Nashville.
All right, David, what you got, brother?
Hey, man, I heard, I guess Pool Doc was wanting some new blood, so I thought I'd call in and give my thoughts on the show today.
Talk to me, man. What you think?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I thought that... nobody's giving Jeff in Southfield any respect, I thought those one-liners were great. Like, his sense of humor is a little off, it's a little weird, but, for a guy like me and a guy like him, that's some funny shit. That normal foot thing was, that was pretty good.
Dude, how long have you been listening to the Rome Show, bro?
No, I started listening about 20, I guess that'd be like 2007, 08. I lived in Memphis at the time.
Right.
And
cool.
actually, I got some jungle connection when Rome was giving out the GNR tickets. Paulie and Indy won. And I shotgunned beers with him. He taught me how to shotgun. Heavy Budweiser's at the GNR show in Nashville. So
I met him, but I don't really know anybody else.
And
But,
what did you think of
man,
the
I
actual
thought-
show today? What did you think about the Smackoff
Well,
today?
I
What was your
thought-
take on it?
Man, the Smackoff was good. You know, it was the first hour sucked, you know, like everybody says, but I think that it would have been the perfect opportunity for Paul's dog to like actually reveal himself, you know, as whoever the hell he is. He could have like had a some sort of, you know, it just went on too long, and I was expecting a second call later on in the show with whoever the Paul's dog is.
Well, wait a second, you did that pretty good. Maybe you're Paul's dog.
No.
Hey, bro, are you Paul's dog, man? No, he's not.
We're just doing that to everybody.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's just my natural dog voice, you know.
And Haunted Horse would say that I said that and I'm deflecting because he's convinced that I am Paul's dog. But sorry, go ahead.
Man, I don't. Somebody referenced. I think it was it I Frady that said that Chael might be Paul's dog, and I'm like, man, that's not. There's no way Chael Sonnen could be Paul's dog. You know, he's got too much shit going on, right? That's kind of ridiculous, but you know, but Kaleb, he, you know, that's a great, you know, from all the shit. I mean, I've been on the Twitter thing for a while and been cut out and cut in a few times, but and from all the shit that guy's been through, for him to come out like that, I mean, that Green Acres fucking Rome jungle thing, whatever the hell he put together, that was, you know, that had me going, you know, and it reminded me of the super fans because, you know, I'm not from anywhere in that region ever, but you know, the meowski and all that talk, man, that shit was funny as hell, man. So
that's hilarious,
he's gonna
man.
eat some brats. Yeah, he's gonna eat some brats and party. I guess he doesn't drink. He's the teetotaler of the jungle. So more power
Man,
to
I
him.
tell you what, that dude's like a saint, man, compared to me. You know, goddamn, who's naming off all these vices that he don't do. I'm like, check, you know. But this is why we created this show right here, to get takes like this, man. You know, I just wanted a place where someone like you would feel comfortable in calling up and just telling us what you thought of. You know, you listen to it. You've been listening for a while now, and you know, I just wanted a place for you to come in here and just tell us what you thought and give your opinion, and you know, a place to, like a safe zone, brother. You know, and I'm hoping that you feel comfortable with us, man, because this is what it's all about. Hearing what your take was, because in my opinion, you're a clone and your take is important. You know, so I just want to hear it, and I really appreciate you taking the time out and calling us, and I appreciate the fact that you're listening right now, and like I said, I feel like I'm going to get a lot more folks like yourself, brother, and I thank you so much for coming in here and doing what you did. You got anything else before I let you go? You know these fuckers are going to run you too.
Sir, also. Yeah, no. One more thing is that I don't think Drizzle is that guy's real name. Like, his mom and dad, are his parents fucking Thunderstorm or something, and like they made a Drizzle? Like,
maybe they were hoping he'd be a weatherman. I don't know.
Reminds me of that old story. It reminds me of that old story of when the little kid tells his mom and dad, "Hey, how did you name me?" And they said, "Well, when we walked out, we named you the first thing we saw, two dogs fucking." Anyway, that's my attempt at humor. I hope that made you laugh, brother. But anyway, that's all you're gonna get with me. My man.
But is that not self-glossing? Like, how did he not get run? Like, immediately.
Everybody's scared of him. Are you going to tell him not to gloss himself? I ain't, you know?
Yeah.
But,
well, I guess Rome ain't either, so I don't know. It's a weird world we're living in now, and I enjoyed the show, and I enjoy you guys, and I guess that's all I got, man. So
in our weird sense of humor, we're going to run you, okay?
Have a good one, my friend. Later, brother. How you do it. What was his first name? Headstrom. What was his first name?
David.
David. All right, cool. All right, yeah, my boy David. Thank you so much. He just sounded like he was real laid back, though, didn't he? He just like chill as hell. That's right.
Right.
Yeah,
So Pool Doc, I need you to settle down a bit, okay? Because
all right.
You're gonna have one of your favorites is on the line right now. He is what we refer to as the GOAT.
I love it. Is he coming on right now?
He is. Yeah. Well, if I'm not mistaken, because Steve and I have this ESP thing going on, I believe he's talking to him right now. So, are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you going to be able to handle this? Because last year, Pool Doc, you and Steve bailed, and you had me talk to him, and then he just totally buried me because I liked one of Jeff and Southfield's jokes last year, which was completely warranted. And then Jeff and Southfield gave me shit for taking, for not sticking up for him. So, anyways, you interview this motherfucker.
Is this my boy Brad? Tell me it's Brad.
Did I just get called a motherfucker?
Yes, you did. Kick his ass, Brad. Kick his ass. Kick his ass.
Head, how dare
Fuck
you,
him.
bro? I have never fucked my own mother.
Oh, man. God damn, Brad.
I mean, I thought about it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not above that.
Brad.
Okay, just so everybody knows, we DM'd back and forth and set up that joke. So.
Yeah. Hey, Pool Doc, this is a true story. I was on Mike and Indy's, whatever it is. I don't know what. It was like a classroom where he was like holding court, and he sent me a link, and I clicked on it. And then Wells in the 360 just kept like hitting this little jerk off button where like a hand shows up above his little avatar. And he must have hit it like 1,000 times. And like an hour into it, Mike's like, all right, what do you want? And he's like, hey, fuck you guys. The Stucknut show's been going on for 40 years and you're not calling in and you guys are being assholes. And we're like, all right, we'll end it. I had no clue like even how to call into the Stucknut show, but we ended it. And we're bringing all of those two people who were listening to Mike's thing over here, which is me and Mike.
Hey, Brad, the fact that you're in here, I need to talk to you, man. The last time I talked to you, I was a little bit drunk, and I apologize. My wife's still giving me shit because, she loves Brad,
Yeah.
She's like, I know I said, hey, Brad. I was excited to talk to you, bro. You're one of my heroes, actually. You're the coolest dude I fucking know. And I apologize if I did something stupid, man. Sorry, Brad. I got to start with that. Sorry if I did something stupid. I didn't mean to make you, But, dude, tell me about your call today, man. Look, I called that shit out that you pulled yesterday. You started that crank shit was so freaking hilarious with Hawk's brother. That shit, oh my God, that wouldn't apply today, would it? But tell me more about your take on the show today, man. Tell me, let's hear what Brad thinks about you. You're the 6-time champ, man. No one can take that shit from you.
Yeah.
You're good, dude. Whatever. Tell me about today, brother.
I think they got it right. I think he had the best call. I've had those years where I finished and I'm like, I think I should, or I could have had a winning call. I knew as soon as I started my phone call that I did not have a winning call. And it's just, I think it's a combination of things, man. I don't think I was that. And it's not to take anything away from Kaleb. I just think he to me, he obviously had the best call. That it was very clear that he spent a lot of time on it, and it hit. But in terms of like the day itself, I thought it was a little weird in the first hour with like Jim kind of shitting on. It seemed like he was just shitting on everyone that went, like up until a certain point. It's like, we get these guys and we jam them in the first hour, but then he like shits on them, which was weird to me. Like, I don't know. I don't know why he ran Dan. I don't know why. He, it's like you're in the first hour. Like, it's kind of like obvious that you're there because you're not the best and you're close, but to like expect that the first hour of the show is just going to be this like amazing banger of a show, to me doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah, and so I feel like it's weird when you start off the show running a guy that I think was pretty good. You almost have to like be negative for like the next few guys until you get to something that you like. So I feel like that kind of like was a weird way to start the day. That had nothing to do with what I did and or what I said, but it was kind of an odd first hour to me.
That's strange. That's weird. What I love this, Brad. I love you hearing just telling the truth. All right. So let's get that shit out. It was weird. It's kind of like Rome was upset, man. You know, like it was like, hey, like wow, dude, like expecting more from less. I don't know.
No, that's a great way to put it. That's a great way to put it. It's like these guys, like everybody knows, dude. If you're going in the first hour, you're like kind of working your way into the rotation, and like I said it to Mike, like I guarantee you, all those dudes spent a lot of time. And it doesn't mean it's good. It just means they spent a lot of time on whatever it is they were saying. And I personally, I didn't see a reason for him to run Dan when he ran him. And then the other guys were just kind of like, almost like just like an expected okay, But it's like if you're him and you're thinking that every call is going to be like an amazing legendary call, and you got like Chris in Wisco or whoever those guys were, I just don't think that's a realistic expectation. Like, I think you should just enjoy it for what it is and then move on, Like, if you're sitting there going, like, this should win, no, I don't think those guys in the first hour think they're going to win. I think they're trying to get through a call, and they spent time on it, and they're trying to be funny. And I don't want him to, like, applaud calls that are shitty, but I think that he sort of shit on calls that were pretty good or like, acceptable given the – like if you plug Dan in Denver into hour number 3, it doesn't make sense. But to start out the show, I thought that guy was pretty good. And I really do feel like had he not run him, he might not have been so negative about the next two. Because, like, you run Dan in Denver, to me, has a lot of talent. And the lines that he says are pretty funny. And you go from him to, like, somebody that is probably not as good as him, you're going to be disappointed that you ran that first guy. And I think that's kind of what happened. He just started going like, oh shit, like this guy's not really getting to me either.
It's like it's set, like Brad, like the mood was set, like kind of like on the downside maybe. In my opinion, I get to I got no scratch in this game. I can say whatever the hell I want, and it seemed like it set the tone, Brad. And then the fucking dog stayed on for fucking 2 hours. I mean, I'd rather.
I mean, and that was, I think, was that the end of hour 1?
Somewhere around there. I was all.
Well, I feel like he's got too much invested in the dog to run him, and I think letting him go is not. I mean, it's going to just create whatever controversy or whatever he was already buying into with letting the guy on the Smackoff.
That was the end of hour 1, and it was probably at the case where nobody else could have called in that last minute or two, so he just let him go.
Yeah, you got to let him go. Yeah. I mean, the dog's just a weird thing. The dog's the dog. I don't know. I don't think that. I think probably Rome appreciates the dog calling a lot more than anything else. Like the dog's obviously under someone's thumb on the production team, or. It's like, hey, you need an instant phone call from the dog, text the dog, and the dog's calling in. So there is a nice thing to that. And I think one of the things I think sucks about the show is these guys that you want to call all the time don't, Mike never calls, Leff never calls. I don't call that often. And so to get a guy, and that's, I think, one of the values of like a Rex in the ABQ or a Paul's dog, like, yeah, they're not the best, but at least they're going to call in and create content during the year, whereas a lot of these other guys don't.
Got it. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. The show's on the whole year, not just today. So I guess they got to fill it in.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was a weird vibe, man. I'll be honest with you, it was a weird vibe. When by the time we got into you, I was surprised Brad, that you called in early in the third hour, not towards the end. What was your thinking on that? It didn't really matter when you went in, did you?
No, I didn't want to be honest. I mean, they kind of tell you or they ask you when you want to go. And I don't, for me personally, I'm always, every time I've gotten that message, which they all do it, Stu, Brant, Hawk, Tom, they're all going to ask you when you win, when you want to go. And I feel like it's kind of selfish to go, I want to go here. So I've always responded like, whenever you want, you know, like you tell me when you want me to go. So for Tom, and I don't know Tom at all. I've had very little like interaction with him compared to those other guys. I think whatever interaction he and I had, I thought I was going towards the end. And then a couple days ago, he said something to the effect of like, why don't you try beginning of hour number 3? You know, which again, I'm not going to go like, no, you know?
Right.
But once I heard Leff, and then I knew that they kind of wanted me in there at the beginning of hour number 3, I started going like, well, this is kind of weird, you know, like, cause for however long that dude and I have been, you know, the last 2 dudes or 2 of the last 3 guys on the show. And then it was, to me, it was very weird to have to go at the top of hour number 3. It didn't, again, it had no bearing. It's not taking anything away from what Kaleb did. I think he had an awesome phone call, but for me personally, it threw me off a little, just because I'm looking at, you know, shit I want to say about people. Whereas if I'm the last guy and they've already gone, I know that they've called in, you know, and I said this to Mike, like I had stuff about the Cablinasian and he hadn't even called in yet. And I didn't know if he was going to call in. So I'm like, should I even bother with this? So it's very weird. Like,
yeah.
Strategy wise, like trying to dump truck people that might not even come on. Cause you don't know if Sean's going to come on. He doesn't come on during the year. You know, he's been on a couple times in a row and it's like, do I want to really waste like, you know, 40 seconds of my phone call on this dude if he might not even call in?
Well, all right. Little backstory on that. They did try to space out everybody, and Jeff in Richmond was supposed to be the leadoff man, but something came up and he had to back out this morning. Hence all the fill-in guys that, like, I don't know if Dan and Denver.
What came up is hemorrhoids.
Yeah, unfortunately, but that kind of threw a wrench in everything because then they had to fill that space probably with 2 callers, or you know, move some people around, but. I guess he was supposed to be the big hitter for hour 1, and then, you know, Leff, and then you all kind of spaced out and all that kind of stuff before they got to the other guys at the end. And then I wasn't expecting Ira Frady to call either, so they kind of squeezed that in. I thought I was going to end up screwing Rick on time, but it didn't.
Well, I was expecting Ira Frady to call only because, you know, there's a huge abortion issue that's on Twitter today. So I was expecting him to focus most of his call on that.
Oh, and I knew that was going to hold back. I mean, that was going to keep Smackoff from trending high because you're not going to overtake all those topics.
Yeah. I had some great abortion jokes in my call, by the way. I had to abort them prior to getting on the air. Very tasteful. No,
very tasteful.
I mean, it is a weird thing. The whole thing's a weird thing, but for me personally, like, yeah, that spot was odd, and it didn't. I didn't do well in it, in my opinion. Like, I was sitting there like, shit. Like, even when I'm hearing him intro me, I'm like, oh man, like, you know, I've barely looked at half the stuff that I've like plugged in, and you know, when you don't spend that much time on it and you're trying to like plug in stuff at the last minute, it's very odd to sort of try to deliver stuff that you came up with on the fly. And that, you know, that extra half hour and knowing who's gone before you and who's not coming in, I think helps a lot for me personally. You know, there's something liberating about not having to crack back on people. But for me, I feel like that's probably like my number one strength, and I like it. And if they let me go last every year, I would do it. I was even thinking about, one year just doing just a call that's just straight crackbacks where you prepare nothing. And I think I'd be okay with that. And my call was sort of developing like that this year, but then I didn't have those guys at the end hadn't gone yet, and it's like you're just sort of stuck with whatever spot you're in.
Well, wait, Brad, this now you brought something up and I knew you would, because you are Brad and you're fucking smarter than everybody. But so you're the 6-time champ. Okay. Your deal is, and what separates you from everybody else, all of us, is the fact that on the fly, you're able to come up with stuff just off the top of your head, and you go after the ones that went after you. But since you weren't coming on in your spot that you've earned for the last whatever years you've been doing this, now that kind of took away from the way you earned it. In other words, they took away one of your swords, and I can see where that would affect someone like you, because yeah, you're gonna call out Sean, and what if Sean? It makes a lot of sense now, and it just, I think that you have earned the right to go last. I think Leff should have been right before you, like it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't make those decisions, but I can see how it would affect someone like you, because now they're taking away one of your daggers. You know what I'm saying, Brad? Does that make sense?
No, you're right. You're right, Pullock. And so, I mean, I don't want to like repeat the stuff that I just told Mike and Indy, but once they told me, I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before, that they wanted me to call in the beginning of hour number 3, I sort of started thinking like, well, that's probably not going to be a spot that they're plugging me into because they want me to win the thing. And regardless of what other people say, I think they do take into account what's good for the show. And it's not good for the show if I win every year, or if I lose, Leff wins every year. They want people that haven't won to win if they, can get close enough. So once they told me where I was going, I sort of prepared myself for getting run. Like I had this whole thing that was 100% going to get me run. But then I was confused. Like when Leff went early, I thought that I could still win. So I think if I sort of look back and could go back and do anything, I'd probably go back and plug in the shit that was going to get me run, because trying to win, because I thought Leff had already gone, I thought he was probably the biggest threat. I think that just sort of made the end of my phone call fizzle. But when I woke up this morning, I did not think in my head that I was going to try to win the Smackoff. I thought that I was going to go get run at the end of a pretty good phone call and make some people laugh. So I think that was the downfall. Like, that spot's kind of odd because I still believed in my head at that point that I could win it, but trying to do that sort of threw me off and made me plug in stuff that I didn't really want to say.
Dude, it really makes a ton of sense now. That exactly what you're saying, that it kind of threw your game off, and like I said, it seems like they handicapped you a little bit. But yeah. That being said, it's hard to handicap someone that's got the talent like you have. So you came in here, and I mean, you still came in and you did your thing. It's interesting to me because what I do is I talk about people like you, Brad. Yeah, that's what I do on this particular show, right? And I was talking about you. I was talking about you all last week.
That's going to be a new soundbite for you there, Pool Doc. Brad and Corona telling you he loves it. A new soundbite. So.
Thank you.
Hold on, let's get the Pool Doc masturbation soundbite. Pool Doc. All right.
There you go.
Thank you, Brad. Appreciate
Ed, will you circulate that when it's captured?
Oh, we'll do.
Oh,
absolutely.
They will.
I've already got it time stamped here. So actually, I've got a question from. I don't know if they want to be revealed or not. They'll let me know. They want to know, Brad. Do you think that you and Leff were sort of moved around on the call sequence because of the dong references yesterday?
No, not because of that. But I don't know. I actually texted Leff during the thing asking him, like, hey, did they make you go when they made you go, or were you trying to do that? I think there's just some sort of my best guess is that these older guys, I think it is a disadvantage. Like if the Cablinasian or Iafrady or these other guys call in, I think there's this inherent disadvantage to calling in and being plugged into like the top of the second hour, you know, or even anytime in the middle of the second hour. And I think what's happened is like they've understood that, or maybe they've had complaints about that from these guys, and you know, started to realize, well, if we just hold these other dudes that in the show the whole, you know, what's going to change? Like if you let me and Leff sit out and just hear guys like that, like if you let me hear Iafrady's phone call and hear the Cablinasian's phone call, and well, Iafrady finished ahead of me, but you're probably not going to get Iafrady finishing ahead of you if you're able to lay out and hear his phone call. But they've never given those guys that opportunity because they don't call anymore. And I think they just wanted to switch it up for whatever reason. And I, you know, like I said, I don't blame them for it. I don't really think it would have been good for the show if I won this year. I wanted to win when I made the phone call. Like I said, I changed from like really stuff that was 100% going to get run to trying to win based on the way the show was going. But I think that whatever idea they had making Leff go when he went and me go when I went, I think it was kind of based around these guys that they knew were going to call, and then the way that those guys have been slotted in previous years that really didn't give them a fair shot. But again, like it goes back to like, do you call the show during the year, and then why would I save this third hour for you? Like giving Iafrady the second to last spot or third to last or whenever he went, to me it's like, okay, cool, dude. Like, you know, you never call and you're never gonna call, and even if you won, I mean Kaleb won. They would never let Iafrady win this thing. He's never gonna call, even if he won and they, you know, gave him the title. They would not hear from him even maybe on the next Smackoff. So I just think that was an odd thing, but you know, if I'm trying to like argue the other side, those guys have kind of gotten the shaft, you know, where Rome wants them to call, and then they do call, and it's like, hey, you're going to go right in front of Leff and Brad and get shit on as soon as you're done. And that's what they've dealt with for the past like 3 years. So I think maybe that played into the slotting somehow, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, and to go back to your question, Hedstrom, they did the slotting before Dong Day, and Mike Hawk had nothing to do with it.
What is this? Inside Edition with Steve in H-Town?
Yeah.
Steve just like camps out. He camps out, and then he just like he thinks up these lines for like about like 10 minutes, and then he fucking drops them on us. He does that all the time.
Steve, what are you like on direct message status with Jim Rome? How do you have all this info?
Man, I can't tell you that, Brad. for the same reason you didn't win today, because I had something to do with it.
Oh shit!
Oh, it's Steve's fucking
Steve's
fault.
pulling all the triggers.
My vote
He's
counts.
pulling all the strings behind the scenes.
Brad, we know who to blame now. It's damn Steve's fault. That's bullshit. I got to get back
Steve,
to
hook me up with a Grossy O'Donnell shirt.
You got it, man.
Get him one.
Hook me up,
Brad,
bro.
Yeah. Grossy.
What are you, a
O'Donnell's the
schmedium?
Yeah, for sure, medium or small large. Yeah, get
So,
Grossy
Brad,
up on the camera, bro.
Brad, I still got to do my job here, so I'm going to keep talking to you because I got some things I want to talk to you about.
Yes, George, go on.
Okay, thank you, Bradley. All right, so let's do this. So, look, I have been talking about you all week, and I have said that you were going to come in the day before the Smackoff, and you were going to get run, because that's what you do. But I thought that you were going to, and you mentioned this earlier, so I thought you were going to push your call to the edge, and try to get run, because what the hell? You're the 6-time champ. I thought you were going to get run today, bro. That's what I thought you were going to do, because what else can you do?
No, regrets, bro. Again, you fall into these things where, like, I've had it happen before, and I've won where I wasn't trying to win, and then I realized I could win, and you change a bunch of shit, and I've won before doing that.
Okay, yeah.
You're right, though. You're right. It was stupid. Honestly, though, the Leff thing totally threw me, and because the end of my call was about Leff, and I was figuring, well, I'm going to go before Leff. They want me to go the top of hour number 3. There's no way that guy goes before you. So I had basically like a minute of stuff on Leff. And when he went, he didn't say a word about me. And what he did, I'm sure it was a word, but you couldn't hear even what he said about me. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense to try to do that anymore, because he went all sports takes and it kind of threw everything off. Yeah, man, you're totally right. But when he did that, I was like, well, I could just try to win now. You fall into these weird things, dude, in the middle of the thing where you're just like, I know that I've convinced myself for 365 days and 23 hours that this was the right thing to do. And then you get into it, that last one, and you're like, fuck it, I think I can do this. Like, I can pull it off, and I can win even though I never wanted to. Yeah, it's a weird thing. I don't even know that I can articulate it more than that. But like I said, Pool Doc, back to your thing, I had some amazing penis content ready, locked and loaded. I was going to get run. It was fantastic. And then I deleted it, man.
But what's happened. We're just bullshitting about it now. You're not a fucking idiot, dude. That's but look, I
tried too hard.
The deal is, Brad, is you had, in my opinion, just by knowing you and talking to you, you had your deal going in, but at the last second you said, fuck it, I want to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
fuck it, I don't want to get run, I want to win. And that changed your whole deal.
You don't ever want to be in a spot where you're like surprised by what you're reading, and that's what happened to me today. Like I legit had looked at the order and the stuff maybe once before he went to me, and I was just surprised. And it's really bad for the delivery. It's bad for, like, you really have to kind of talk this shit out to figure out what flows and what doesn't. And that didn't happen for maybe more than like one of those things that I said.
But the best part about this, Brad, is no one can take them straps away from you, bro. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, for sure, bro.
No one's gonna look at Brad in Corona and say, "Oh yeah, that was bullshit." Oh, he did. No one can do that. You have so much scoreboard on all of us scrubs that it is not even funny. But that's why I was thinking, man, fuck it, Brad. Let's go for broke, dude. Let's push it. Let's take this thing right to the atmosphere and see if we come back down or if we get the fuck out of this whole deal. The other thing that threw me, Pool Doc, is at the beginning when he started talking about the crank stuff from yesterday, and I'm like, shit, dude. Like, and that was kind of what I was intending, but then I knew as soon as he said that I couldn't keep it in and win. And right. I feel like whatever Leff did made me feel like I could win. And so I don't think, obviously Leff didn't do that intentionally, but it did fuck with my phone call, because if he doesn't call there, I get run, and it's, I at least feel better about it than trying to like eke out a winning phone call. Although I do move up in Steve's power rankings, which are absolute bullshit anyways, for finishing the call.
No,
I'll tell you what.
They'll help out a bunch.
Steve.
I'll update that this weekend. I'm not in a hurry for that, but yeah, I mean.
That's because I'm going to move even further ahead of Sean.
Okay, I did not come up with that algorithm. So that was Alan and Raleigh. So you can go bitch.
Oh shit! I like Alan and Raleigh. He's a good gambler.
Yeah. Well, he came up with the number system to rank y'all. So
go ahead, say it, Pool Doc.
God damn it, Brad! One thing no one can ever take away from you and I, brother, 62 hopping, baby. I was just
62
waiting for
hopping.
the
Have you
viewer.
pulled that? Have you pulled that yet?
I can't. I don't have a casino close to me, man. It will happen. It will. Remember we were going to go to that casino that night. We blew that shit off.
Yeah. Hey, listen. I do want to apologize. You and Steve know that I wanted nothing more than to have some beers with you when you came out here. My daughter got COVID, and I have beat her senselessly for contracting it. And I'm sorry.
No.
But the next time I'm in H-Town, man, we're going to hang hard.
Me and Steve are going back to SoCal.
The next time he's in H-Town. Were you ever in H-Town?
We're going to try to come back.
No, bro. I'm in Houston all the time, man.
Oh,
there you
I
go.
roll deep.
All right. Hey, Brad. We are planning to come back next February, but we'll try to do a weekend hang instead of a Wednesday night.
Let's do it.
Yeah, once again, Brad, no matter what happens, we always got 62 hopping, my buddy. We got 62 hopping. They can't take that away from us. So I'm in your ultimate.
I love you, man. Will you run me, please? I love being run. Go ahead, just hit me.
You goddamn right we're running Brad. That is Brad Corona if you need him. Genius. 62 hopping, baby. What else? What else you got? That's Brad, man. What time is it? Oh, we're all right. We still got about 30 minutes.
I think my room service is here.
Oh, yeah? What are you eating? Yeah, that big ass hotel.
I'll let you know when I see it.
Yeah, you're Uber eating it? Oh, there goes Hedstrom. Late. You're going into the ocean. Late. Bye. Post Smackoff 28 show. Post Smackoff show. Stucknut Radio. We're going to be getting out of here in about 30, 40 minutes. I want to personally thank every single person that has listened to us today and called and all this. The fact that you guys are taking time out of your schedule to listen to us after the show is incredible to me, and I truly appreciate it. Keep doing it, Hedstrom.
All right, Bulldog.
What?
We're going to the phones.
All right, who's on the phone?
Leff in Laguna.
Yes, my man Leff.
Bulldog, I was drowning.
I saw that. Leff, Hedstrom, quit drowning. Leff's on the phone. Leff, what's up, dog?
Good. I'm glad I get to call after Brad this time instead of like an hour before.
Yeah, I arranged it all.
Hey, Leff, talk to me about all that.
Yeah.
Did you hear what Brad was saying? I mean, do you agree or?
It's kind of the same thing. I think initially, Tom, same thing. I'd never really had much correspondence with him outside of like the last week or two. And he's like, hey, any ideas when you want to call? Like, you want to be hour 3 again too? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. Same as Brad. I'm always like, yeah, I'm good with whatever. I've always kind of been like that too. And then he's like, we're really trying to bolster up hour number 2. And then same idea. I was like, yeah, that's cool. That's what you guys want to do. I'm good with that. No problem. And then like yesterday or the day before, he's like, all right, we're gonna batch you lead off in hour number 2. I was like, oh shit, that's like real early. I'm like barely outside hour 1 here. But I'm like, cool, all right. And so I was planning on doing like all or mostly sports anyways. So it wasn't gonna be like last year's call where it was, rebuttal, and then like a couple of sports takes and like a finale. It was like, oh, I'm gonna come in and try and do mostly sports takes and see if that resonates. And it could have, like, he's like, Jim could have been like, oh, all sports, like going old school, like that's how you do it, and it's kind of up to how they see it or whatever. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. I didn't say like, I didn't fight back on it or anything. I was like, yeah, no problem. First call hour 2, and I won't have to, I'll listen and stuff. And if there's a chance to rebuttal anybody, but that hour 1 was pretty soft. And like, that's why I said, I was like, I think Jim had the best take of hour number 1. And, so it wasn't really much a chance to like rebuttal anything, which was cool. I'm like, all right. Then it kind of, because I was still trying to write stuff, as guys were calling, and then they would, drop out, and you're like, you don't really need to mention that guy. That wasn't like strong enough to reply to. And then I got to the point where I'm like, all right, well, maybe this is just an all sports call, and we'll just kind of go from there. So that was kind of the plan. But yeah, it seemed like they wanted to mix up where people go, and I get it. Maybe it's like a strategic thing, because there is some like, if you go last, for instance, I think last is a really big advantage, because unless somebody like Mike doesn't call, and I had that last year. I had like a Mike take, and I remember like in bold, I'm like, if he calls, like don't go to it if he doesn't call, you know. And yes, I think last is definitely an advantage because then pretty much you're replying to everybody, and so that makes it a little bit easier. Maybe that's a little advantage, but I'm like second to last, third to last, like any of the third hour calls, that gets tough because those you saw like that last segment, there's 3 calls. And if someone calls right before you and lays you out, like I think Brad was mentioning that's a tough spot to be. Like Caleb's been in that spot, and other people have been in that spot where it's like they come in, they don't know exactly who's going right after them, and they just get shit on. It's like that's where it's a tough spot to be. I think last is an advantage, but with that last like segment, third hour, I've definitely been in there too. That's tough. But my thought was, hour 2, I've won twice in hour 2, like both the studio things, and that was kind of the phones drop and people are rewriting their scripts and stuff because you do something kind of cool in that second hour and it kind of changes the trajectory of the show or whatever. But so I was cool with second hour, didn't like bother me at all. So but yeah, same thing, kind of what Brad was saying.
I know Hedstrom's got something for you, but I'm just gonna respond to the chat real quick. They're saying that were you having any phone difficulties left that you know of? Because everybody, it seems to me like everybody was saying that you couldn't really hear you that well. Can you talk to us?
It was muffled. It almost sounded like you had like for lack of a better way to describe it, like someone had their hand over your mouth kind of thing. Like it was just kind of muffled.
Like you were pulling a baby.
I was being held hostage during the call. So I really didn't want to call this year. They're forcing me to. So but no, I always call, like the last 5 years. I call from they have like a radio station at UC Irvine. And that's where I did it this year too. And it's on like a microphone. You got headphones on and everything. And I even am like hypersensitive about it. I'd called Tom like before the show started, just like, hey, headphones sound good, all good. He's like, yeah, sounds great. And then same thing, even when I called you on hold, I'm like, all right, everything sounding good? Like, need to adjust volume or anything? He's like, no, you're all good. So it was weird when I started seeing that on Twitter also. But I as soon as I hung up, I went and turned on the app or whatever so I could listen to it. And usually you can catch like the beginning of the call. Even I didn't notice any weird audio, but I didn't listen to the whole call, so I don't know if it was the whole thing or just parts of it. But like maybe the 30 seconds I listened to sounded fine to me. So I don't know if it was TV or radio or if it was the microphone. I'm not sure.
Hey,
I didn't listen to that whole thing.
In my opinion, this is a question that I'm gonna ask, and like I said, I've got nothing going on here. I just do this and I try to be as honest as I can. Do you feel that the new producer doesn't know enough history to know that it's best to let the horses like when they run the Kentucky Derby, it's usually the last race. You know what I mean? I mean, there's 12 races in front of them. But do you think? And I'm just asking a question. Do you think that maybe that putting you guys putting you at top of number 2 and Brad on top of number 3, they're trying something different because they don't know the history. Usually on a Smackoff, it all fills up. Number 1 soft, number 2 is getting stronger, number 3 the big dogs come in swinging the bats. And for the last years and years and years, it's always been you and Brad. But after y'all do your thing, the whole excitement, the whole Smackoff is just like, wow, that was a crazy, because we forgot about number 1, we forgot about number 2, and they're going to be slotted, but it's all about these 2 dogs in the ring, given everything they got. I'm wondering if this, if the producer maybe either overthought it or overslotted it, or not, if we're moving towards a different direction. But bringing up as we like I said, as the show goes on, it usually just gets stronger and the horses get better and they get better. And then all of a sudden we get the 2 big dogs that everybody's been talking about all year long. All year long, we've been talking about you and we've been talking about Brad. Everybody. I had a pre-Smackoff show last night. I had 28 trifectas come in, and I guarantee 25 of them had you and Brad in the top 3. I just wondered if this slot thing is good for the Smackoff or bad for the Smackoff, because when this one ended, I didn't feel. I mean, Rick came in and rah, 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 yelled at us and tried to kill his dad or whatever he does. But I didn't feel like the buildup was all the way there and was like, bam, wow. I'm wondering what you think about that slot deal there, and if you think anything I just said is accurate.
I didn't catch any of that 6-minute question. Can you start over?
No.
Oh, please don't make him do it.
I just
forgot.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't think so. Like, there's no way that like Tom is making, no offense to him, but he's not making that decision of like where they're slotting people. I think that's got to be at least a group effort that probably Jim's involved with. I'd have to imagine. I don't think you could just put that all in one person, especially if it's their first year. But it does seem like they wanted to like change it up. He did make the comment of like, we'd like to bolster up hour number 2. And I think they wanted to get away from like soft calls in hour 1. Okay, maybe a little warmer, and maybe like there could be some top 5 potential in hour 2. And then all right, your winner's probably going to come from hour 3. I think they wanted to change that up for sure. And I don't think that's a bad thing. If you look like, I don't know, looking back at like old Smackoffs from like the, late 90s or 2000s, it's like, Sean would call them hour number 1. Tola would call it hour number 1. They would win. Like there wasn't as much like, but back then also wasn't really about, the rebuttal aspect wasn't like a big thing back then. It was like who had the best takes, who had the best calls. And that's kind of what would win. It was mostly sports and then a couple like clone things, kind of like, I guess kind of like, how my call was today. That was more like how they were back then.
Yeah.
So I think they just wanted to mix it up, and I just think it's kind of been the same, and that's fine because it's been the same way for as long as I've called. It's always like, all right, if you won the year before, you close the show, or you get to choose where you want to go, you get to go last, right? And it didn't used to be like that. Maybe they're just trying to get away from it or shake things up because this is the first time somebody else has won besides Brad and myself since Mike and Chael, right? Like look how long ago that was. So
yeah,
it's good. They shake it up and somebody else won. And like same thing. I heard Brad say it too. He didn't really care to win and thought maybe you could have. I was similar. I was like, there's no way I'm going to win. I was like, I'm just going to get 8th, write stuff that like I think is funny. Like you get so much, and I'm getting like fatigue of talking about, Kaleb being a virgin or Rick being fat or Brad having a small wiener. It's like, personally, I'm just tired of like the creative process is just like gone. I'm just like, I can't talk about that stuff anymore. So that's why I was like, I'm going to do all sports because I think it's cool and it's topics that I like. And that's what I'm going to do. And who knows where I place. So it didn't really matter where I called from, but I get like, Brad's from his strategy or what he wanted to do. That was important. But yeah, I actually like, I don't know when they started slotting calls. I want to say it was like maybe 2017 or 18, but like they never used to do that. It was like, hey, call whenever. And if you get stuck in a bad spot and like, it gets jammed up, you don't get on. So it's like call when the show starts. And like to me, there is strategy involved in that of like, all right, when am I going to call? When am I going to come in? All of us like, talk to each other to a certain extent. Like, did I know where some of the other guys were calling? Yeah, I knew like where some people were calling. Not everybody, but I knew like where some people were calling. It's like that to me takes a little bit of the cool part out of it of like not knowing when anybody's going to call. So I'd almost say like go back to that, like go back to where people got to dial in and try to get in where they can. But I get from their perspective that also makes stuff like super difficult and way more hard to produce. So.
Leff and Laguna, the champ, the original champ, on the line on the Post Smackoff show. All right, I'm getting shit for talking to you a long question. My next question is, Leff, how did you do on the show today? That's it. See, that's what you get. It's stale me.
Yeah,
I'm still.
No, I did. Yeah, no, I did what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to do an all sports talk. That was the idea, and I thought it was cool. And I don't know, I talked about stuff I thought was funny, and I don't know if the audio was an issue or whatnot, but the only thing at the end where I mentioned a bunch of clones at the end, the only thought about that was like, I couldn't think of like a funny way to end an all sports talk. Like, cause I know it's important to have a good ending and wrap everything up. And I'm like, all the sports topics, and I'm like, well, how do you do it like in a funny way? There's no way to do it. I'm like, it'd be funny if you just crash the all sports call and then run a bunch of one-liners and get out. But my thought was like, I'll just do an all sports call and either it's whatever Jim wants. Like if he wanted that to win, if he wanted an all sports call to win and then pump it up, that's cool. Like that's what he would have done. And if, cool. And that was my thought. I'm like, if that's what he wants, that's what he'll do. But otherwise it's probably going to be an 8th place call. And I got 7.
Hey, Leff, I'm finding this interesting. It seems to me like you've evolved your Smackoff calling career into bucket. I'm just going to do what I want instead of what I think is going to win. Kind of sound like what Brad was thinking about doing, but it's interesting how you get to that point to where I've already got 3 of these man, I'm just going to do what I want. I actually like that journey.
I can
it's...
answer that for you, Bulldog.
Go ahead.
He doesn't let Dick Flowers write his calls anymore.
I probably should, huh? I saw Rich tweet. Rich was tweeting about how he's not involved anymore, and he was even taking credit for the Smackoff being bad this year. That he's not involved anymore.
That is awesome. How does it feel to just do what you want to do now and not worry about all that? Well, you want to do sports takes and you did it. Does that feel good? Good to you? I mean, did that make you feel a little bit better about the whole deal?
Yeah, it makes me think like I can just do that again next year and just I don't know, have better takes. I don't care, you know. And I thought like, you know who does this? Who's really good at doing this is Benny. You can tell, and again, Benny got 10th or whatever. But you can tell like he doesn't really give a shit either. He just wants to say stuff that he thinks is funny and that maybe like the other people he interacts with, you know, thinks is funny, and like he doesn't really give a shit. And that's probably the way to do it, rather than like stressing and editing and all right, how do I placate to the judges or who's going to call before me, and I got to make sure I have a line on that. Like Benny is good at, he doesn't give a shit. He just wants to do what he wants to do, and he has fun, and that's probably a good page to take out of his book. Is like, that's what I thought today. Like, you know what, like this idea of all sports, or like last year doing all rebuttal stuff. It's like, at the end of the day, maybe just fucking enjoy it and be funny and be wacky and say what the fuck you want to say, you know?
Is it funner, or is it easier to digest the fact that you did what you wanted to do and not what you thought you had to do? Is this getting you? Are you feeling a lot? I think you should be feeling pretty damn good about yourself, dude. That you're at the point where you can do whatever the hell you want. How many people can do that? I love that.
It was the least. It was like the least stressful. I did have a little bit of like. That. I did have a little bit of FOMO in hour 3 when and because I know what it's like. And these guys are like jockeying. All right, who's calling where? And then you're literally, you know, I remember doing this the last 5 years. Like he's about to go to you, saying your name, giving your intro, and you're still fucking like editing and writing shit and not knowing where stuff's going to end up. And it's like, it's super stressful, but when it's over, it's like, man, especially if you win, you're like, man, that was fucking nuts. Like 2020 when I won was so chaotic and like crazy. And because Mike came in at a weird time, I think. And then they put me up like quicker than I was supposed to be. And then, or like later than I was supposed to be. And I had, you know, thought I was going, whatever. But, yeah, you're moving stuff around, and then you get out of it, and you're like, that was fucking crazy. But I was also like, all right, that's cool. It's great when it's over. But like during it, it's super stressful. So I did have a little bit of like FOMO of like, I missed kind of that part of it. But also at the same time, I'm like, man, like the stress of it and all that was nice to not have to deal with. And I felt like a listener because I was done so early. I was done at like 10:10, and I'm like Pacific, and I'm like, all right, what do I do now? I guess I just listen to the show. You know, so it was cool just to kind of like be able to hang out and know that you're done. One of the best feelings about the Smackoff for me is hanging up the phone and know that you're done. Because there's all this like stuff that goes into it, and just know like, you know, I've neglected my family for a few days and like, you know, just been like coming up with content and stuff like that. Now I'm done, and it's like, it's a pretty good feeling. So it was like that when I storming the studio thing was like that in 2016 when I went into the studio, and it was cool. Like, and I was not, for some reason, not nervous whatsoever. I was more nervous like in the beginning part of the call, like the anticipation of it being in the studio was like, I was not nervous at all for some reason. But as soon as it was over, all I wanted to do was get the fuck out of there. I'm like, I'm done. I just want to get the fuck out of here. I don't know how I did this. I need to leave. I'm done. Goodbye. Like, if they asked me to hang out, like, hey, hang out for the rest of the Smackoff, like, no, I'm leaving. Sorry, goodbye. So
it just seems like it just seems like you're at peace, dude. It just seems like you're chill, like you're cool. Like, I mean, it just seems like this Smackoff it just seems like you're at peace, man. It sounds like you sound really good, my brother. You sound really good. Is what I'm trying to say.
Appreciate that.
It just, you know, it just sounds like you just like you're cool. Like, hey, man, I did what I wanted to do, not what I thought I had to do, or storm the Capitol, or whatever the hell you're gonna do, or you know, go do your photo shoots and all that, and the helicopter and all this production, all this bullshit. Today, you just seem like you're at peace, man. Like, and right now, you just seem like, hey, man, I did what I did. I did what I wanted to do, and fucking hey, I'm feeling good about it. And I really like this. I really think that this is something that a lot of people should learn and live by, man. This is good stuff.
Maybe maybe the game's passed me by because I look at I thought Vic had a really good call. I probably think that was probably my favorite call. Just to give my thoughts on in general, but I knew when Kaleb called that was probably going to win. I was like Vic was my favorite call. I was like that call was insane. I thought it was great. I was like that's going to win unless someone does something crazy. And then just by what Kaleb did in his reaction, I'd say I liked Vic's call better, but I knew that Kaleb was going to beat Vic. I was like, now that stuff that Jim likes, he played his cards really well. I didn't, some of the references I didn't get, and same with Vic, I didn't get the movie references, but like Kaleb said, he was doing the Rocket Mortgage thing I wasn't familiar with, but I could tell it was show specific stuff, and I'm like, Jim appreciates that stuff, and I was like, I knew Kaleb was going to win. But yeah, I dug Vic's call, but I listened to those calls and I'm like, man, maybe the game's passed me by a little bit, because I'm like, I feel like I couldn't pull off what Kaleb did with all the audio stuff. And I feel like I guess I've done that in the past. I'm like, man, I can't do that shit anymore. Or some of the references that Vic makes. I'm like, man, coming after Danica and stuff even. I'm like, man, I would not have thought to do that, but that hit really hard. And so, yeah, I don't know.
I think
maybe the game's passing by.
What you need to do is take a run at the Stucknut crew like Jeremy did. What the hell's wrong with you, Leff?
That's wasted air. That's wasted air time.
I thought Jeremy had a really good call. I was trying to connect my computer and shit in that studio during his call, but I had it on, I was listening, and I could tell Rome was laughing, and then and his delivery sounded good. And I hadn't heard him all year because I didn't think he's all year, did he? Yeah. But
it was unfortunate. It was unfortunate that Jeremy got lumped in with some bad calls in the first hour, because everyone's like, the first hour sucked. Guys, Jeremy's call did not suck. So saying the first hour sucked is bashing him.
Yeah, I thought his call was good. That's one. If I had to think back to it's really, like I've said this a million times, it's really hard to judge calls before you've gone, because you're still trying to move stuff around and mess with stuff. And to a lesser degree for me this year, but definitely calls after you can pay attention to. But so just as an initial listen, I thought Jeremy's call was really good. And if I had to say hey, and I probably won't listen back to the Smackoff for a long time, if at all, but if it was hey, one call that you'd want to go back and listen to, I'd probably say Jeremy or maybe James and Portland. I thought both those calls were good, and I was kind of wish I'd paid attention more.
Hey, get a little bit of new blood in there. Get Jeremy, get James in there. But I think that. Well, first of all, are you still making wine, and can they get it in Calgary? Bella wants to know. I got to take care of my chat peeps. Are you still making wine, bro?
We still do a little bit. In Canada, no. There's getting distribution up there is kind of tough. It's expensive. So no, I don't think I've ever shipped to Canada. But yeah, still Whole Foods and some Costco's and stuff around the country. Yeah.
Beautiful. Text me the name of your label, or tell it now. Tell it now. Let's say, get it out there now. This is mellow. I love it.
I have a few different ones. The one that I made, it's called the Stash. That's at Whole Foods. And then I'll also do you ever go to you ever go to Costco and you get the Kirkland wine, or you go to Trader Joe's and get the Trader Joe's label ones? I'll do those for those guys too. So I make some of those.
God damn, dude, that's pretty badass, dude. I don't know, Leff. I think that we're all getting a little older, and if you think that this Smackoff is gone past you, you're absolutely incredibly wrong. You can do it when you want, but I like the new Leff is just doing what he wants, man. I think it's so much easier, so much better on you. What else do you have to prove, dude? I mean, you've done it all. I think now it's time for some Leff time, dude. I think it's time for some Leff time. I think it's time for you to just start showing off now. I think that's my opinion. You just need to show off, brother. Because what else?
The best is obviously winning. Winning is just cool because it's cool. You put some time into it and stuff. And it's just a cool feeling. And I would not treat it any differently if the grand prize was nothing. I would still put the same time into it. It's still just a fun thing to do. So yeah, but we'll see. I can mess around a little bit more. Hopefully, I don't right now. I'm always I don't feel like calling or listening for a while. But yeah, maybe get more in the regular season calls and stuff like that. So we'll see.
Hey, Leff, quick question. Johnny Scabs just texted me and he asked me, and this is a direct quote. Okay. Johnny Scabs says, quote, Isn't it weird that on the day Roe versus Wade ends, that someone who should have been aborted won the Smackoff? End quote. That's from Johnny Scabs.
Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
I was trying to think of this. I actually did have an abortion take. I had an abortion. Period. I had an abortion take on Kaleb. I want to say a long time ago about like his mom cleaning out his room and like finding something like, should I keep it? Should I get rid of it? Should I keep it? Should I get rid of it? Like that. But I think Caleb's parents love him very much. Yeah, they're at the Lorelei, right? Yeah. They let him live there for fucking. They let him live their house for long enough. Jesus Christ.
It's definitely a Johnny Scabs take or Johnny Scabs type of question.
Well, I get it. I'll answer anything. I don't care.
Dude, like I said, man, you just sound relaxed, bro. I thank you so much for taking the time and calling us, and I like this, Leff, man. You're the champ, in my opinion. You're always going to be the champ. You were the first one that we crowned champ, so that's never going to change in my mind. But I like this version of the champ, though, bro. I really do. You sound cool, and you do what Leff do, bro. Don't worry about the rest. You just keep doing what you're doing, man. You're one of the best dudes in here, and I thank you. I personally thank you so much for taking the time and calling me. And I'm gonna try to text. I want to see some of this wine. I'm gonna try to get you some of that wine. But hey, Leff, thank you so much for your time, brother. I truly appreciate you, man.
Run me on the way out.
All right, we're gonna run your ass. Get him out of here. Leff and Laguna.
No, you don't like that car. I don't like that car. Not a very good car.
Jared. I'm not even gonna read it. All right, I'll read it.
Do it.
Menstruation jokes aren't funny, period. All right, I got it out. Thanks, Jared. All right, thanks for thank you, Jared. Dude, all right, we're running low. I got time for maybe.
We're gonna try and squeeze in two more. If I'm not mistaken, we're gonna be going to Houston. We're going to Houston. We have the legend, Shawnee the Cablinasian.
No shit, Shawnee.
Hey,
this you,
what's
Sean?
up? That's me. What's going on, guys?
God damn, I'm so happy. Go ahead, dude. Dude, this is great. Hey, man, Sean, we're at the very end of this thing, but my God, dude, what do you think about? How do you feel like what happened? Tell me.
Yeah, Bulldog. What do you want to say? We only got a few minutes here, dude. Spit it out.
I'm trying to, but you make me nervous. I'm sorry. It's like calling Rome, dude. Sean, tell me about today. That's all I gotta say. Tell me, talk.
Yeah. No. I thought they got the scoreboard right. I thought when Kaleb made his call, I even said to Tom, because I was texting with Tom at the time just to find out, if the slot that they wanted me to call in was still if it still applied. And I was like, dude, Kaleb, like that, the radio bit, the Rome show up in Wisconsin thing, that's the type of stuff. That's the type of stuff that if you never won it before, nowadays, that's what gets you over the top. So I thought they got that right. I thought Brady was going to rip it from him because that was a great call. But those were definitely the two best calls. Like, they got that part of it right. And then I think you could throw a blanket over like 4 or 5 other guys. So I was totally cool with the scoreboard today for sure.
How do you feel about your call, Sean?
I felt okay about it. It was one of those ones where I'm like, I don't know that it was a winning. I mean, obviously it wasn't a winning call. I don't know that going into it, I felt like, okay, this is what's going to win. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, I don't know. I don't listen to the show enough anymore to where I think I have a call that is going to fit into what wins in 2022. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't. When I sit here, when I said like in my call today, I don't have the energy to do the research. Like, I would literally have to do research on guys. Steve, I almost texted you like, okay, give me some things that I can make fun of some of these guys because I don't know any of them.
You wouldn't be the only one that does that.
Yeah. So, because I know you guys are immersed in the show. So but I mean, and the fact of the matter is, I don't even know if I'm allowed to win because literally in like 10 minutes, I'm about to do the Zach Gelb show on CBS Sports Radio. So the fact that there's a cash prize, radio rules probably don't allow me to win. I'm not using that as an excuse. It's not like I've come in second by a nose in any of the time since I've returned to this thing. And in 2018. I guess Carbone and I finished second a few years ago, but like since I've started doing it solo again, I think I finished 7th and 3rd and 5th. So it's not like I've been runner up and like, oh, the reason I didn't win is because I can't win. I just kind of go into it knowing that the way I go about doing a call probably doesn't fit into what wins nowadays, but I'm okay with that because I'm just happy to be back in and be kind of back in the good graces. You know what I mean? So I like coming in more out of respect than anything else. And if guys want to whack away at me, that's cool. I've got 5 of these things, so it's not a big deal.
Hey, Sean, what motivated you to come back? You've got your own radio show now. I mean, you just got everything going for you. What was the motivation for you to come back? I mean, there was no need to.
Yeah, I think, well, for one, it's fun. It is kind of fun. Yeah. You watch it on the sidelines for a decade and you remember what it was like to strategize about when to call in. There's less of that nowadays just because, as I think Brad, I listened to I heard a little bit of Brad, I heard all of Leff, so it sounds like they're giving you guys a kind of a peek behind the curtain. It's much more, I think with the premier callers, it's much more kind of predetermined as to when we're going to go, so to speak, as opposed to back in the day when I'm hitting 1-800-636-8686 and I'm hitting redial for the first like 5 or 6 years I'm doing this thing. So it's fun. I think for me personally, I didn't like at all the way that my relationship with Jim and with the show had kind of gone for that 10 years or so that I was at. I didn't like that at all. Like as the years went on, I liked it less and less. It really was one of my big regrets. So to get invited back in with Steve Carbone a few years ago, I thought was a really cool olive branch. And so ever since then, I've told myself I'll do it every year if they want me to, because this allows me to kind of, sort of heal those wounds. So it's good.
And even better, we got you. My mission was to get you to guest host a show, and that finally happened as well.
Yeah, I've done it twice now. So that was, I mean, obviously that doesn't happen if I'm not, back in and plugged back into the tapestry of the show. Maybe it does, because the network is the one. I think it's the network combined with Jim who asked me to do that. So that was a definite bucket list thing. So I've had a chance to do that twice, and hopefully get a chance to do that again. It's the show's a big, huge part of why I have a radio career now. So a lot of it's out of respect. A lot of it is because that huge part of my career and my radio junkie life had such a sour feeling, and a lot of it was my fault. So the fact that I can wipe that away, that I can flush that, is really good. So I feel like coming in the Smackoff once every year is kind of my way of continuing to flush that. You know what I mean?
That is incredible. That right there is the content that I was after when we created this show. Right there, what you said, Sean. It seems to me that a lot of healing is going on with you legends right now. And I say that with all due respect, but Leff kind of, you heard Leff, he sounded like he was at peace with himself. And I never even considered that, it'd be like that would be happening, but it's just amazing to hear, Sean. It really is. Truly.
Yeah. It's I had gotten to a pretty good place with my radio career before coming back in on the Smackoff every year. So it's not one of those things where I need to get back into the Smackoff so I can get further. Like I've been doing pretty good with what I've been doing, but the fact that I'm back in doing that now once a year and back communicating with with Jim and his team again is, it's good, man. It feels really good. And life's too short. You know what I mean?
It needed to happen, Sean. It was like you were kind of wiped off for us clones that
I know. I was a walking asterisk.
Dude, where is he? He's like our champ. Where is he?
Yeah.
And he's gone.
Yeah.
No one talks about him,
Yeah. So it's really nice cool. It's really cool. The first time that because the last one I won was in 2007. It's the show, the Smackoff sounded very different back then. Hell, Travis Rogers was still the producer in 2007. You know what I mean? Like the sound of the show itself, and definitely the sound of the Smackoff changed when Kyle Brandt became the producer. And so when they started doing those, the packages and things like that, I would still listen to the Smackoff and comment on it and things like that the day of the Smackoff. it was really cool for me the first time that I heard a package put together for me for the Smackoff. As nerdy as that sounds, like that was cool. I really felt like I was kind of back in, so that was kind of nice.
It's just nice to have you back.
Thank you.
I mean, there's nothing more I can say other than you're back home where you belong, my friend. You're
absolutely.
You know, I know your career is your career, and thank God you're doing what you're doing, and hopefully your family's doing well. But this is home, brother. This is you. You created this stuff, man. This is you. So,
well,
I don't know, man.
No, it's cool. I mean, I'm one small part of what's a really cool annual event that I think, obviously brings a lot of radio listeners together. So that part's really cool.
It's just, it's really nice to have you back where you belong, my friend. That's all I'm saying. I know you got to do a gig here in 5-10 minutes, but I just want to personally thank you, Shawnee. You're one of my heroes in here.
That's awesome.
That is cool, man.
Sometimes I'm too honest for myself.
That's Pool Doc's way of saying we're going to get to one more call after you. So
no, I would never. I speak too much of the truth, Sean, and what I said was I absolutely believe it. I'm not just talking shit, but it's nice to have you back home, my brother. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for calling the show. Thank you.
Oh, of course, you guys. Yeah, no sweat. You guys keep up the great work. Anybody listening, I will be substituting for Zach Gelb from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock Eastern time. So in like 7 minutes, I'm going live on the network. So if you want to, because you guys will be done by then, so I'm not infringing. We're not cannibalizing each other or anything like that. So you guys will be on again. It sounds like this is, according to listening to Brad and Leff, this is where I ask you to run me. Is that correct?
Oh, we're going to do it anyway.
Run his ass. Get him out of here.
Run my ass.
You don't like that car.
That is awesome. We got one left, and you got about 3 minutes.
That was a nice plug, too. Yeah, everybody go listen to the Zach Gelb show with Shawnee and the Cablinasian. Cool, substitute pimp in the box.
So cool, Steve, that Sean calls here. So fucking cool, dude. God, that's awesome. Man, this has been fun. We got one more, right?
We've got one more that we're going to go to, and it's actually an interesting one because we're going to wrap up, unlike some people. Okay. That was supposed to be a joke, but it wasn't funny. Anyways, moving along. We are going to wrap up the show with the person who started all of this stuff today. We are efforting Dan in Denver, and then that's going to be it. We're sorry if we couldn't get all of you on. We got as many people on as we could. We've got to give the legends their time. So that's the thing. I would highly, highly recommend that those of you who didn't get on and want to voice yourselves there, get on the Woodscopes tonight. Woodscopes is on Twitch tonight. If you look in the chat, Haunted Horse will give you the information in there as well. When is Woodscopes on tonight, Horse? Is that 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific? Please let us know.
10 o'clock Texas time. Figure it out from there.
Is that what it is? Yeah. 8 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you, Haunted Horse. Woodscopes will be on Twitch, and then you guys can get on. We're going to Denver.
All right. Dan, what you got, brother?
What's up? How are you guys?
Doing good, man. How you doing, Dan?
Good. Just healing from my beating I took this morning.
It's all good, dog. It's all good, dog. Hey, man, you're in the game, bro. Not a lot of us can say we're in the game, man. Tell me about it. Tell me about what you're thinking, man. No one beat you up. You're good, dude. You're good. Tell me about it.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun. Listen, as someone who sat on hold and not got on, getting run first isn't that big of a deal. I get to actually enjoy the show without having to stress the entire time about if I'm getting on. I like doing the rebuttal stuff. I was a little disappointed to do any of that, but yeah, it was cool. It was cool to actually get to participate and then also get to listen because I listened long before I ever called.
Did you know that you were going to be coming on that quick, that fast? Did you know that?
I knew I would
find that out.
I found that out like 10 minutes before you guys did. I usually call like 10 before the show starts just to make sure I get a line, and the way they can test my line to make sure I don't sound like Mark in Boston. And
He said, by the way, you're going first segment. But I didn't know for sure I was leading off. Last year I went first segment, went second, but I just worked in the impression I was going to lead off, and then figured I'd adjust during the first call if I didn't.
Do you like going first? Is that cool? You're cool with that, right? I mean, everything cool with that? Going first?
No, I mean, I don't care. I mean, I if it were to not get on at all or go first, I'd take go first every time, of course. If you were to let me pick my spot, I don't think I'd ever pick going first. But I mean, someone has to do it. I thought I reacted to that well, but at the same time, I do know I stumbled a little bit at the beginning. It took me a little bit to get comfortable, which I usually don't have that problem. So, I mean, I think it definitely got to me, but I don't think that was why I got run. So it ultimately didn't matter.
Sentiment in chat, sentiment, everything is that you shouldn't have been run, and the fact that you were run, sentiment is I'm just going by what I've been here for the last 3 hours, looking and reading and talking, is it kind of brought the first hour down, bro. So that's a good thing. I don't know what to say about that.
I feel like if all the calls after me were like really, really, really strong, I get it, but I think a couple of the ones, no offense to those guys, were a little bit weaker. So that was the only thing that left the sour taste in my mouth. But ultimately, I mean, there was stuff I could have edited. I don't think the Mark in Hollywood white girl wasted joke was probably very good taste, and that was like right before I got run. So, I mean, that probably put me on thin. That probably put me on a little bit of thin ice. So, I mean, I can't get mad at them or anything else. Like, I mean, I'm 100% in control of that. So.
Anyway, we have a hard out because these guys got shit to do. But hey, are you cool with it though? Are you cool with what happened? Everything cool, right? No big deal. It's just a game. We're all having fun. Are you happy with things?
No. Good. I'm 100% happy. No hard feelings. I didn't, like I said earlier, I didn't have to stress all day. I got to get on. I got to take a couple shots, make an ass out of myself, and I got to actually listen and enjoy the show too. So.
Best of both
worlds for me.
Yeah, baby. Hey, Dan, I like I said, I got a heart out here coming up right now, but I didn't want to. Once I found out you were coming in, when they told me, I said we have to get him in. We have to get him in because I just want to let you know that you're still part of the game. You were in there, and we all. The sentiment is everybody digs on you, so you just feel good. You feel cool about yourself, and relax, enjoy yourself, and thank you so much for coming in here. And I'm sorry I had to cut you short. I truly did not want to do this. All right, but
no problem.
Appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you.
That's Dan and Jennifer. Run his ass. Get his ass out of here because we gotta go. We gots to go. All right. This has been the post Smackoff show, Smackoff 28. I would personally like to thank the champ, Kaleb, Ray and his walk party, Dr. Dave, Haunted Horse, Liz, Bagels, Mikey, Mike in Akron, James in Portland, Jeremy, my brother, Green Bay, David in Nashville, Brad in Corona. Listen to how we close this show off, guys. Brad in Corona, Leff in Laguna, Sean the Cablinasian, and Dan in Denver. All y'all out there in the chat, man, y'all hung with us for 3 hours. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Y'all make this so much fun.
Go check out Woodscopes tonight.
Check out Woodscopes tonight.
Check out Haunted Horse's DJ Haunted Horse show as well. He's going to be on at 8 o'clock Eastern.
You guys made this show a lot of fun for us. It's hard to do 3 hours and not have anybody out there talking and keeping something for my dumb ass to say. And I have so much fun doing this show, and I'm really honored and happy that these guys allow me to do this, and you guys listen to us. So on behalf of Stucknut.
And congratulations to Kaleb.
Kaleb, you're the new champ, brother. Nothing else we can say. On behalf of Stephen H. Down, on behalf of Headstrom Bacon, this is Bulldog, and we are signing off. We will see you guys on the flip side. I hope you all have a prosperous and safe journey. We'll talk to you soon. Late.